All right, we're live. We're doing it. We're back. And we have a special guest.
Woo!
The wonderful Jessica. You all may know her from the chat.
You will. You'll know me from places like the internet. I'm glad that you didn't put special guest Jess though, because every time someone does that, everyone is expecting the other Jess, and I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
womp womp womp. Now I feel not great about it.
Oh,
Oh no.
So this was good because no expectations were set. So I think I
Yep,
can meet
yep.
a no expectations bar.
I love that.
I think some people were already guessing the special guest may be
Mm.
Jess.
Oh,
Oh.
well, he did say he was gonna watch. So
Oh,
Well,
that's right.
we'll
Let's
see.
see.
Don't see him so far. You're right. We're expecting it. And I mean, James already mentioned it. Can't stay for long. Have a Zoom call at 8 p.m. Thanks for popping in, James.
yeah, James.
James.
Jess better show up today. But again, I don't believe he kicked the bell icon. I think you're right. But Gabriel's here. Hey, Gabriel. Reed's driving home. Reed, are you driving and chatting? Could you not do that?
Well, maybe he sent that and then started the car.
Okay, I hope that's
Maybe.
what you did, Reed.
And Reed, I heard a rumor that you're cooking dinner, but I have this feeling you two are going to end up ordering instead. I'm just saying it out loud. That's
don't
all.
tell him to do that.
Sorry, Reed.
He will want to do that. He will.
Yeah.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Hello.
All right, I have to mention, so full of surprises, we have Jessica here. We're so excited because Jessica's here. There's extra surprises today.
Ooh, I don't even know what these are. All right.
No, you don't, and Mary doesn't either, and I don't know what Mary's are. Apparently, Mary has some. We were talking.
Time out.
No.
Jessica, I don't know why we're deeming these things as surprises.
The bar should be low.
Because here's the thing. When we say surprise, I think what we ultimately mean is like during the week, because we tell each other like every little blip in our lives, like, oh, I'm driving to work. I'm on my way home from work, with these voice memos. So
Jessica's like, I'm familiar.
yeah, Jessica, you
get it. Yeah.
So all it means is like it's stuff that like I didn't tell Kristen yet.
Okay.
Right? Is that Kristen? Is that your surprise?
Oh, I have two things. They are book related.
Okay.
Oh.
One is something I've read that no one knows I finished.
Wow.
No one knows I read it.
This is a true Twistos twist.
This is a Twistos twist for those BB Can fans. I wish I had some Twistos. I feel like they're probably really good.
The fact that we can't get them here is really a crime. I mean, honestly.
Really sad. Any Canadians in the chat?
I'm not sure what you two are talking about, but...
So, Big Brother Canada has a sponsor during one of the seasons called Twistos, and they look like cracker chip situations.
Yeah.
Some kind of snack. And anytime there's a twist in the show, they're like, Twistos twist. And every time I'm like, I want some Twistos, but like they don't exist in the States.
I see.
Yeah.
All right. That's a bummer.
It is a bummer.
It is.
For sure. But great branding though. Like it was already called a twist. So Twistos really capitalized on that.
Beautiful branding.
And they could sponsor this show. They could.
Wow.
Ooh, and then we could get some.
That's really the long game ploy.
Yeah. You know who should sponsor this show?
Who?
Bucky's Beaver Nuggets.
Hold on.
There you go. Bucky's just needs a sponsor.
I don't have any beaver nuggets right now.
I'm gonna have to get one of those. The next time I'm there, I'm gonna have to like just pile stock. Get all the nuggets. Now Mary's like, "What's a nugget? What's the?"
Well, Bucky's. Is that the rest stop that everybody adores?
Yeah.
That much I know. Yeah, I've
That's
never been to one.
Well, you're missing out, but it could happen one day.
Well, Mary's going to Heroes Con, so she's probably gonna drive by a Bucky's.
Oh, I'll definitely stop then.
And you have to stop there. I've only been to one, but it was incredible. And Jessica, lovely Jessica, when she came to visit, brought me some beaver nuggets, which I'd never had.
Nice.
Could you explain beaver nuggets for Mary?
Yes. Beaver nuggets are like, when you eat a like caramel corn or caramel corn, depending on your regional accent. And it's crunchier. There's a lot of it's stickier. It's a little heavier, right?
All right.
But then you eat something like a Cheeto, it's like air, puffy, and light. It's like just the right amount.
Okay.
It's like if you mix those two things together. So it's got like a buttery, caramelly taste, but it's not super heavy. I don't think it's heavy anyways.
Nice.
No.
But I can make you a Buc-ee's rest stop list because there's a whole list of like things you'll
Nice.
want to try. So
Okay.
got
I'd
you.
love that.
Yeah.
And I like salty sweet things, so it sounds
Yeah.
like I would really like that.
And you'll really like their salty sweet trail mix. I have some in my cabinet right now.
I also need that list though, because I
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
like I'm
for
gonna
sure.
run into one on my way to Heroes Con, so it's gonna have
Nice.
to happen.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We need to know that this stream apparently
Yeah.
cured Natural Bridge's dog's ear infection. How
Amazing.
wonderful.
That
Yeah.
is amazing.
Oh, update on Gabriel from last week. I've spent my IST gift card. Got
Oh.
Usagi Yojimbo's Saga to Trade Paperback Volume 1. Well, that came out of nowhere. That wasn't even an option last time.
Gabriel, you went rogue.
Yeah. And TMNT Last Run on hardcover. Now the waiting. Okay, well, I hope they ship it to you fast.
Nice.
That's exciting. Michael B's here. Good
Hey,
evening.
hey.
Mike's here. Hello.
Mike.
James, I thought you had a call. Or is that coming up?
He said 8 o'clock. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, James. What is that?
that a
hi,
beaver?
The beaver. Yes. Love that. Hi, Jesse. Say what?
Hey, Jesse. I was concerned that those nuggets were going to be. Well, first I thought they were going to be chicken nuggets. I didn't think you were going to go some other direction, and then I got a little nervous that they were actually like beaver, like possibly beaver meat. And you two wouldn't be behind. I don't know. I don't know if you'd be behind that. So
I feel like I don't want that in my life. But
yeah,
I would eat real beaver nuggets. Why not? No.
Do people eat beaver though?
I don't know. I mean, I love deer. I mean, I'm so sorry for all the deer. I'm so sorry for the vegetarians in the chat. Potential vegetarians and vegans are about to be offended. I don't know. Like maybe people eat squirrels here, so I'm not saying I'll eat squirrels, but
I've heard of people eating squirrels.
Yeah.
My grandpa, when I was a child, was like, "Hey, try this chicken I made," and I did, and he was like, "It's squirrel," and I was like, "Oh."
That's tricky.
And it did taste like chicken, so there's that.
Right. We love that.
That happened to me. This is a damn cool lineup tonight. Thanks, Hayden. It is, isn't it?
A cool viewer.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. All right. Speaking of cool things, how about we talk about what we read throughout from the last time the show happened to now? Oh, Natural Bridge is eating beaver right now.
I saw that. You are not.
I feel like you're not. Jessica, would you like to start? Because you're our wonderful guest, and I know you've read stuff.
I have read quite a bit this past week.
Nice.
What I'm currently reading is almost nothing. What I plan to read is almost nothing, so I'll be heavier this time around. Yeah, I can start. Now, format-wise, do we go one at a time or we binge through? I don't know. I can't remember.
Do you know how many you have?
Yeah, quite a bit for Red. I think I have 7 or so for Red.
Ooh.
A mix of prose and
Look
comics.
at you.
I know.
Killing it.
I know.
Well, I have 3. I believe Mary has 3. Is that right?
3.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's just go through them then. I want to know all your 7. I feel like. Is that cool with you, Mary?
Sounds great.
Cool.
What if I did prose, then y'all did yours? Or if I did comics first, then you guys do yours and we go back. I don't want to dominate.
Okay, I'm into it.
So I want to do
whatever you want to do.
I'll do comics first.
Okay.
Cool.
Now for both of them, there's one of these things doesn't go with the others. So I just FYI, but yes, let me look comics wise. Now, for those of you that don't know, we experienced a rough storm this past weekend, and I wanted to read happy things and also things with big print because I lost power for a significant amount of time.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, what can I read with my camping lantern? And the first thing that came to mind for a calming read was a reread of the Tea Dragon Society.
Lovely.
So I reread all 3 of them.
Very nice.
Yes, which was very calming. And the first time I've reread them ever, I think, since they came out. I read them as they came out. And I told Kristen when I was doing my reread, I appreciated the first one more this time around because I'm going to be totally honest. And I know this is a crime in the community. I didn't love the first one. I was like, that's cute. I just did not get the hype. The art was beautiful. I got that hype around the art immediately. But it wasn't really until the second one and then the third one that I was like, I love these. Like, I'm learning so many life lessons in my 30s from these little like anthropomorphic folks. So that was my first comics read.
Nice.
Calm with big print.
Did you feel like upon the reread you also just like loved it all? Like just as much rereading it?
Oh, more.
Oh, love
Yeah,
that.
more. I think so. Because especially I didn't really read. I was just trying to I was trying to read to the conclusion. Like there's big action in any of the plots. There's not. But the first time I was like, what's going to happen? This time I could take my time, and I read a lot of the extras in the back that are like, here are the little breeds of like all the different dragons and all their little names and the T's that they align with. And I was like, that's so cute. There's so much world building. And I'm really excited to play. Maddie has the Tea Dragon Society game, card game, and I would love to play that. So now I feel like I'm ready to go with that game.
I need to get those.
Yeah. I haven't read. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to comment on what you said about, when you reread them, you got, there's not that rush to find out like what happens. And I think that's like the key to rereading. Like some people don't do it, but I think you can get a lot out of it, like you said, right? Because you're not, pretty much what's going to happen. You might forget a little bit, but I think that's why rereading is so fun. And I need to do more of it,
Especially with comics, because how I read is a lot of times my first time through, especially if it's something that's like really plot driven or like there's some suspense, I don't take my time with the art at all, if I'm being totally honest, that first time through, because I'm like, what's going to happen? And so I have so much more appreciation for comics, especially upon a reread, because I can take my time with the art and especially notice like little Easter eggy things in the background that like went over my head the first time. So absolutely rereading for comics is a big one for me.
Cool.
For sure.
Love that.
Then let's see if I can pull this up. So Kristen betrayed me.
What's going on?
Kristen learned. She learned I love Lilo and Stitch. I love a found family storyline. I love the music. I love the vibes. I love Stitch. And she did not tell me. She withheld information that there are Stitch mangas. Multiple Stitch manga series, actually 2, I think, that I found. So I read all 3 volumes of Stitch and the Samurai. This is the cover of the first one because they are on randomly Kindle Unlimited.
Oh, they are.
When I tell you, this was so cute, you wouldn't believe it. And the art is, I'm trying to find a picture. So the art for the samurai part of the book is like, I don't know manga things. Kristen can help me out. Samurai-y.
Yes.
That's correct.
It's samurai-y. But the little Stitch is done in Disney. You can kind of see it here. So you see he's like totally Disney-fied. But the actual art for the samurai is more what you would expect from like a samurai action manga. It was so fun. There are 3 volumes. And for those of you who are ready to bust out the doors to get you a copy of Stitch and the Samurai now that you know it exists, they are coming out with an omnibus or whatever the manga equivalent of that is in the fall. And I will be getting that because this was so cute. Loved.
I can't believe Kristen didn't tell you about those.
Honestly, I was personally offended.
Yeah. And she still really hasn't apologized yet, has she?
Well, I haven't had the opportunity.
Certainly not on air.
So listen, here's the deal. 1, they still do say omnibus when they put manga together like that.
It's good for me to know. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. 2, I didn't even know they were coming out the omnibus, so I'm going to have to buy that. Absolutely.
Obviously.
And 3, I heard rumblings that this was happening at some point, but I don't even know that I knew it came out until you were talking about it. And then I was like, oh yeah, I heard that was a thing. And then you were like, you betrayed me. And I was like, I didn't even remember this existed.
I have a flair for the dramatics. Just a little bit. Yeah, I loved it. I want to read. There is like a straight up manga. So sorry, in Stitch and the Samurai, instead of landing in Hawaii and befriending Misfit Lilo, he lands in like feudal Japan and with the samurai. So it's kind of like an alternative. It's not he hasn't had the other adventures. And I it looks like at first glance, I haven't read it yet. The other Stitch manga where Stitch is like it's kind of like those the other Disney manga ones where he is like mangafied in his like art appearance as well, and it's like a Stitch series. It is once again just like an alternative version where he lands in a different place. So now I want just a series of Stitch books. And each volume, it's like he lands in a new random location, place, and time, like Doctor Who.
Right.
I really want that desperately. But yeah, I appreciate your apology.
I'm really sorry. My brain failed me. I mean, you made Gabriel laugh, so you're bashing me on my own channel. It's fine. Hayden loves the Stitch, Lilo and Stitch movies, absolutely. And Mike's saying you should have read a horror comic because it's a spooky setting.
Wait, what's a spooky setting?
When you lost power.
No power.
Oh, Mike, I'm trying to sleep at some point. But now I'm thinking Stitch horror comic, a la Archie horror comic, and I am into that.
Yes, that would be amazing.
What if Stitch was in that little cryptids book that you guys really enjoyed?
Oh.
Yeah, love that.
Somebody, Disney, take our ideas, steal them, use them for your own.
Please. Real quick, apparently it's almost 2 a.m. there.
Oh,
wow. So I need to sleep, but I'll catch up at work tomorrow. Have a great show. Smash that like button. Very sweet. Thank you for joining. Enjoy it tomorrow, I guess.
Yes, sleep is important.
Yes.
And then my last cutesy read before the one doesn't match the others is possibly, not to bury the lead, but burying the lead. This is, as I was reading this, I messaged both Maddie and Kristen. I said, I think this manga, because I'm new to manga, for those of you who don't know, this is surpassing my current fave, which was My Brother's Husband, which I did not think was possible. And then I read more trades. I'm now 4 trades deep, or 4 volumes deep in this. And it is not just surpassed, it's my favorite manga. It is now inching towards my favorite comics realm read of the year.
That's impressive.
In March, and that is Witch Hat Atelier.
Oh,
I want this imprinted on my soul. I had zero clue how, and this is just total ignorance on my part, but the level of magical world building in this series and the attention to detail, I didn't know existed. If I'm honest, I haven't seen much parallel to it in comics in general, let alone manga, and I'm new to manga. Like, the world building is so great. But this little girl, Coco, on the cover, she just loves magic. She's a big fan. She witnessed magic as a younger youth. She's like 12. So she witnessed it when she was like 6. And met, some guy in a back alley, which is normally not a great situation for a young girl. But here he sold her magical items, which actually, now that I'm further in, may not have been the best thing, but we'll see. And so she just develops this obsession with magic, but of course, is not magic herself, etc. And early in the story, she encounters a wizard, one of my new favorite comics adjacent characters, I think, ever now. And he takes her to this atelier school for witches. And there's lots of heavy world building as far as the Brimtat witches and the non-Brimtat witches. But also, I think their magic system is really interesting. It's a hard magic system. So it has real hard and fast rules. And so they draw symbols as their form of magic. And it's so detailed that in each of the volumes, there are several pages of reference. So you can go and look. And so when they're drawing a spell, on one page, you can open and reference in the back, why did they draw it this way? So the attention to detail is kind of, to me, it's really, really impressive. So I'm 4 volumes deep. There are, I believe, 10 volumes out. And an 11th coming soon. I got a bunch from the library, and Maddie is the one who lent me quite a bit of these. So
nice.
So impressed.
I love when you can find a book like that, right? Because I go through these phases where I feel like I just read a bunch of clunkers, whether it's manga, graphic novels, prose, whatever it is. So when you find the good ones, it's I value that a lot.
Yeah, and the art inside is like just it's crazy awesome. But you're totally right, Mary. Manga in general, I am finding these pockets that I feel like I feel like I've read all there is to read, even though it's not true, in the things that I like. You know, you hit that point as a reader in a certain genre or whatever. And so
Yeah.
what's been nice about manga, while I'm not sold on it overall quite yet, is like I would have never picked this up and I would have never known this is my new like magical fantasy kind of
Right.
story across all mediums.
Right.
Like just would never have done that. So I'm very grateful for now I'll turn it around. Very grateful for Kristen's guidance.
Wow.
This is
What's
like an
happening?
emotional roller coaster. I can't handle it.
Love that.
had
Love
to.
that you're enjoying it. You're making me want to get back into it for sure.
Well, I did get spoiled for a few things that I can spoil for you if it because I think there are things that will entice you to be like, oh, and then go push through.
Okay.
I'll tell you off air because I don't want to spoil it for anyone else. But yeah,
Okay.
I'm genuinely loving it like so much. I intend to get caught up to what's out at probably this weekend, honestly, or maybe into next week, more
Nice.
realistically.
Love that.
Yeah.
And real quick, the other Jess is here.
Wow. I don't know what to do with myself here.
He may not still be here because we were talking about manga.
Oh no, we might lose him.
Oh, look at Jess. Okay, look at that Harley Quinn Omni on Kristen's shelves. That's right. It's right here. Read that, you know? I'll add it to my list of things I intend to read today. Not like today, but you know.
Tonight, right
Well, the
now,
thing-
right after.
Yeah.
Jess, I wonder how Jess is going to feel about us talking about prose books too, you know?
It's
The
going to
books-
happen and
Books
he's
with
gonna
no
be-
pictures, you know? I don't know.
he may fall asleep. Lethal Lucha is reading Marshmallow and Jordan right now. Are you enjoying it? Mary and I both love that.
You know, where is my copy that I ordered? That's my big question. I keep every
where
show.
is
I'm like, oh yeah, my copy hasn't. You know, my copy hasn't arrived.
Is it moving?
Here's the thing. Do you ever order something online and you're like too lazy? You're like, I don't want to set up an account. I'll just order it as a guest.
And then you can't.
I think that's what I
Yeah.
did. But I did check my bank account and I was charged. So I think I need to dig deeper in my emails. But I know these are not real problems, but
No, I think they're very real. They're relatable. It's relatable content.
thank you.
Jessica, did you know there's an Agent Stitch Pro series where he becomes a space detective?
No way.
No, but Hayden's bringing all the good news today because
Yeah,
they also
that's-
loved Scream 6, and I trust their judgment like implicitly. So I'm
Yeah,
very
yeah,
excited.
that sounds incredible.
Thanks for bringing good news.
I have a Hayden horror movie question. I don't know if it's really a horror movie, but Hayden, did you watch Megan? I want to know what you thought of it because I watched it. That's what
It sounds
I wanna
like
know.
Jessica maybe watched it.
You watched it?
Mm-hmm.
What did
Yeah.
you think?
Wow, what a movie! What a film! Cinema. I have to say this. I saw it, and I was rooting for Megan the whole movie up until like the last 5 minutes, and I was like, too far, just a little bit too far. But arguably the most divisive part of that movie, without being spoilery at all, where I was like, on paper, this is a wild thing for any horror movie to do, the kind of victim that is one of the victims. But that individual, I didn't feel bad. I was like, meh. Meh.
Yeah, I think I know who you mean.
Yeah, I was like, but I had a blast. I thought it was fun. I mean, it was a fun time. We were yelling at the screen, and that's what you want in a movie like that. Camp, yeah. I think what Hayden said was campy. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I am glad that I watched it from my couch on Peacock, though. If I saw that in the theater, I don't know.
It was better in the theater, Mary. It was a
You saw it in
community
the theater?
experience. Yeah.
Oh,
But did you watch the unrated version or the regular version? Because I heard there's an unrated version on streaming, and I have not watched that yet.
I don't know what I watched.
Okay.
I just,
Press play.
press play. Yeah.
I was intending to watch that, but as most movies, I did not.
You got other stuff going on.
Yeah. You know.
It's fine.
Do I? Well, Nick's here.
Hey, Nick.
Gabriel's never read manga, except for Bat Manga Volume 3. What a random volume, too. Suggestions. Witch Hat. Check that out. we like a lot of things.
My brother's
like I don't know where to go.
Those are my top two.
Jess doesn't know what prose is. Of course, got it.
Oh, Jess.
The N-rated version was not that different, sadly.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'll keep this in mind. And my last rogue pick or rogue comics read, the one doesn't match the others. Not relaxing at all. Strange Adventures by Tom King. So I still haven't read Rorschach either. I'm behind on my Tom King. Now I do love Tom King. I have not read anything by him I did not at least enjoy. I have not read Heroes in Crisis for a very good reason, because I want to be able to make that statement about Tom King and it just always be true. But I started reading this one in singles as it was coming out because it sounded right up my alley. It's like everyone's world-renowned and American hero, but maybe also a war criminal, ? And I was like, that's my jam. Like, I want to read that. And I was enjoying it, but it just took too long to get to the end of the mystery. And I figured out when reading it now in its entirety why is that the twist in this series is pretty obvious from the beginning. And so it's like watching an episode of Columbo. And there's no shade to Columbo. Columbo is the style of mystery where you know the answer and it's like watching Columbo figure it out. But I think why Columbo is successful is Peter Falk was so entertaining and that coat was phenomenal. And here, Mr. Terrific, who is the Columbo-esque figure in this story, I think is interesting, but not enough to carry me through. Like it was kind of okay. The art was stellar. The choice to go between two artists was smart between the two timelines. The way the timelines and the art sort of merges toward the end was beautifully done. There were interesting thoughts here, but honestly, it was okay. It was fine. I don't think I'll be owning a copy myself, but I can still say I like everything Tom King has written that I have read. That is still a true statement after reading this. Yes, nice. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, one of my favorite reads of last year. Absolutely. Totally agree.
Yeah, Jess, get with it. She's already read it. A new love for Jessica, he has for you.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I need to read that too. I think I would like it.
I still need to read that too. I keep saying I'm going to.
They're making a movie, so better get on it.
That's exciting. We'll do it.
And hello, Batmanda. I don't think we said hi to her.
Oh, hi, Batmanda. Sorry, everything got lost for me in the chat. I was like, there's so many. I can't click. Thank you, guys.
Hello, everyone. Kristen, are you up next? Or you want me to go?
Are we sticking in the comics route and then we're going to go around for...
Listen.
Yeah, let's.
Oh,
whatever, you don't have any?
Whatever you want. No,
I don't have any. Oh, you do. Go ahead then. Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, now that Jess is in the chat, I know what book I should maybe lead with.
Oh.
Kristen, do you know?
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Okay. So, as some of you know, on the Omni Dogs Vault channel, Jess and your dad hosted a book club, and they read Callie. Jessica. So I finally read this. As you said, you told me this, Kristen. You're like, you're going to fly through it. Like, it's not a long read.
Yeah.
I think I liked it more than you did because I believe you gave it 1 star.
I did.
I gave it 2.
And I believe you told me 1 for the story, one for the art.
I do have to comment on the art. I know a lot of people said, that the art was amazing and all this stuff. I don't know if I'd go that far, but I do have to comment on the colors. The coloring in it on certain panels were like, I have to say, I was like, all right, that's really good. Like, I have to admit that part. But I was like, I wish I could remember. Was it you and Jess talking about a book and you're both kind of laughing about like constantly seeing the woman's backside? But remember?
Probably. And I did tell...
Yeah,
I did say to Jess, I was like, why'd you read Callie?
Yeah.
Was it...
But I did have a laugh about that because, listen, I saw this woman's backside a lot. And I feel like I can say this because you know what? I am a gay woman. Women's backsides are very nice. But can I have some
But
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 that was a good catch. Can we have a little more of a story, please? Just
there was no story. That's the problem.
just a little. That's all. I'm not looking to come here and rip this apart. Like, you know,
I am.
everybody has their thing. Sometimes you just, everybody has different reasons for reading certain stories.
Some people don't like stories.
I have a feeling I know why some people wanted to read this. Hey, all the power to you. I read it. I'm happy that I could borrow it from the library. Let's just, call it a day.
It was a book.
It was a book. I read it. I enjoyed some of the coloring a lot. And there we are. Here we are. Thank
Was
God
it a complete story though? No.
No.
Was there a story? Not really. No.
But I finished the book. So at least I got through it because you know me. I'm a big fan of not finishing something if I hate it.
Yeah, which is great.
So I'm not afraid. Like I know some people are like, no, if I start something, I have to finish it. That's not me. There are too many good things out there or too many stories that I want to try. Right. So
it's fair.
That was my first read. You want me to keep going, right?
Yeah. But real quick,
yeah.
Just was wondering if we're backside shaming.
No,
actually, absolutely not. We just want
Not
you to
at
admit it. Michael B is thanking you.
You're welcome, Michael.
Michael, I really hated it, so
Now look at Jess. He's saying, "What, Michael B?" I wouldn't say no. Do you think no one liked it?
Someone said it was like amazing in the chat, Jess. I don't remember who it was, but okay, he's admitting it. Good for you.
I love that.
Love that.
Seriously. All about transparency. Isn't that what everybody says? All right. I finished the second volume of Scales and Scoundrels. Jessica, you kind of said this about one of the things that you read. So, about the Tea Dragon Society. The first volume I read, I enjoyed it, but remember I was kind of like lukewarm. I gave it 3 stars. Commented a lot on the art, which I'm somebody that I like art, but it's always story first for me. So, but the second volume, I liked it so much more than the first volume. And it's pretty obvious why. There's so much more. They get more into the characters. You learn so much more about them individually. And the character development really excelled, I think, in this volume. The art continued to be amazing. And it kind of reminded me of, I don't know who watches The Walking Dead or not, but I found myself like, there are times in The Walking Dead when like the main group were like ripped apart. And I just wanted, I found myself just like really rooting for them, like just waiting for those moments when they would be back together again. And whenever even if it was just for a scene or two, I'd be like, my heart would be warm. And I feel like that happened a lot in this one. And I kind of learned something too, because I have a tendency, it's not just me. I think a lot of people do this. Like you read one volume of something and you're just like lukewarm about it. Sometimes it can deter me from continuing because I'm like, I have so much I want to finish. I have so much I want to read, but I'm really glad. I was like, Mary, it's on your shelf. Just pick it up and continue it. And I'm so glad because now I'm like completely pulled back into the story. And then I think, talk about rereading. I think like once I do finish it, I think this would be a really fun one to go back and reread, like, in maybe towards the end of the year or something. But Kristen, you told me there's one more volume after this, right? But it's in that other.
There's one more image volume after that they put out.
Okay.
But if you want even more of the story, TKO has 2 trades that collect first 2, next 2.
Got
so
it.
you're going to get a little bit more from TKO.
So maybe I should just hop to the second. Forgive my math here.
Yeah, the second TKO. Yeah, I would do that. It's on Hoopla, so.
Yeah, that's what I'll do because I don't have any more physical copies anyway. So that would be probably best for me.
Yep.
Is it? I have been following your journey with this, Mary, because
Oh,
I've been interested in that book, and every time you went when you rated the other one, and then when you were like, "I'm going to read the next one," I was like, "I gotta see what she says," because
yeah.
I'm really interested. It's right up my alley. Is it finished, Kristen? Like, is it done where they're at,
No,
or okay, it's ongoing?
no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think more is going to be coming.
Okay.
But I will say you kind of, with the two like chunky volumes that TKO has, you
Mhm.
do get like the end of some journeys within that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it could like, that could be it. But if it does keep going, like there's clearly enough world
Okay.
building and there's enough characters and enough story like to keep going. I really liked it.
And I know this is really sacrilegious and maybe people will judge me, but there's like in the back, I guess, with all the sketches and what's the word I'm looking for? Extras.
The
Hello.
sure, yeah.
The very last page, I'll show it to you, but it says every book is a new adventure. I want to rip this out and frame it. Can you guys see that? Sorry, I'm doing that thing.
Oh,
way?
I should probably. I'm like
Oh.
doing this instead of pulling you up. Hold on. Here we go.
Oh,
See that?
yeah, I love that.
I want to rip it out and frame it. I might do it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Would
Do
you guys?
it.
Would you
I
judge
dare
me?
you. No,
No.
because they didn't even finish those trades. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
who cares?
Rip
That's
all
what
the
they get.
pages. So yes, I was very, very happy with that second volume. So I'm back in.
I love this for you. I love this for me. It's encouraging news for me.
Awesome.
I will not judge you because I ripped out a page of Afterlife with Archie, one of my favorite series, and I have
Love
it framed in my bedroom. So
I
I'm
love
not
it.
judging. I've done the
Gonna-
same thing. Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
Love that. Let's just rip all the books apart.
No. Okay.
All
too
right,
far.
all right. Take
Too far.
it easy.
People are going to tune in like, what is this? Exactly.
She used to
I didn't-
caress books against her face.
Yeah,
and
what
now
happened
she's
to her?
trying to destroy them.
Jess wants to make sure we know, you in particular, Mary, that
Oh.
this month's book is Scurry. Have you read Scurry?
I haven't read Scurry, so that I should read that.
You should
with
read
you
it.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
if you
on,
want to see Jess and I talking about it, we did do a video on it.
Oh, that was a while back, right? That was
Yeah,
like
it's been a bit, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. It's on Hoopla too, right?
So,
Yeah, it is. It is. Now that it's on Image, so. Are we here to listen to Kristen and company or make fun of Jess? It's both.
Both. Good question.
Jess says both. Okay, cool.
See, even Jess agrees.
Do you have another one?
I do. Brace yourself, everyone. We're gonna go into prose friendly, the prose friendly section.
Oh, we're jumping to prose?
Well, I only had the two. I only have three completed reads this week. Two were the ones I just showed you, and the other one is my prose book.
Well, I do have a manga if you want me to do that real quick.
Oh, I see. You want me to wait? We're gonna go round.
Well, Jessica has more. She just paused for prose.
I have pros. I pause
Okay.
for pros.
Pause for prose.
Pause for or it could be like a cat and dog show. Pause for prose.
Pause for prose. Pause. Jessica knows what I'm talking about.
I do. Yeah, that game is wild.
Is this
Yeah.
a Big Brother thing?
That was actually a board game thing.
I can't keep up. You're naming
I
like
know. I'm sorry.
foods I don't know. Big Brother references. That's all right. I'm learning.
Twistos twist. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I take everything I said back about the prose friendly section.
It's still unsafe right now.
It's not safe. Not safe to talk about prose yet.
I just have one manga, so that's it. Which is PTSD Radio Volume 1.
Oh, this damn book.
Indeed, this damn book. I believe I gave this a 3. I don't even remember now. Here's the thing. I liked how chunky it was. I liked that it was horror. I heard good things. Did I though? I don't know. Did I make that up? Because there were like little moments with various characters throughout, I guess, a town. And I kept waiting for them all to come together in the end. And I don't know if that's going to happen in Volume 2 because it certainly didn't happen here. So I think I need to do some research to see if that's going to be a thing. If it is, then I'm interested. If it's not, then I'm annoyed.
Okay.
That's ultimately how I felt because weird stuff was happening and I kind of enjoyed that and I did like the art, but mostly I was just like, "Hi, can we get to why these weird things are happening throughout town?" So again, if we're going to get that in volume 2, I want to keep going. If not, I'm annoyed. That's how I feel.
And I forget, is that in your collection or is that from the library?
It's in my collection. I actually traded in some books at Second and Charles and got this. So,
Oh, okay.
So I didn't really pay money, kind of.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
This I think is the nice bridge between the comics and the prose. Okay, because what is this book? It's Sad Animal Facts.
I remember when you showed this book, and
I
got upset. Kristen, this book.
It's kind of a bummer, but I did enjoy it, I gotta say. And the cover got me with this ginger cat that's saying cats can't taste sweet things, and then the cat itself is saying, "Tell me about ice cream again."
Oh my god.
So I did really enjoy it though. The art was really cute and it was fun.
Those aren't cats though. What's going on?
No. It's Sad
Animal Facts. I love that. Yeah. Okay.
Those aren't cats though.
You're like,
okay, was this book written by Eeyore? Is that the author?
Oh yeah, it is. Weird.
Oh, weird.
Cats don't like ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah, blobfish have no muscles. And he's saying, "Don't look at my arms."
Oh, look at his face.
So, it's fun. Jessica's laughing.
I like it.
It's a good time. I liked it. That's all. All right. Jessica read prose.
Yeah. Before prose, though, I do have a question about PTSD Radio really quickly.
Yeah.
When you said it didn't come together, are you saying that there were like different perspective chapters or like vignettes and their stories did not intersect? Or are you just saying there were like plot threads that felt really random and didn't connect? Just curious.
There were like, basically this creepy weird stuff is happening to various characters. And it felt more like vignettes, not even full chapters with those creepy things and those characters. And I was waiting for it to come back around and like, show me the purpose of it all. Right. And I think that still could happen. But it didn't happen in this volume. So that's why I'm kind of like, okay, I am interested if we're going to figure out what's going on in this town and like why these weird things are happening. And it all seemed to be building to something, but I didn't get it yet. So yeah, I'm just curious. If it does happen, I think I'll like it. If not, yeah.
Or if it's like 11 volumes later and you have like the Lost finale all over.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, then I'm going to be like, no thanks. Can we not? Yeah. There's a smoke monster. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, the smoke monster. I was in deep. Culturally, we were in deep. I won't say I was by myself.
Yeah, that's fair.
It is now safe for prose. So if you feel unsafe talking about prose, this is your warning.
And I do want to say, Gabriel's asking if there is an autism manga. There's one I know about. I think it's called With the Light or something. There's probably other ones out there because there's manga on everything. So, but I've heard good things about With the Light. I think it's With the Light. You'll have to check it out, Gabriel, or Google it. I don't know. Yeah, that's just one off the top of my head.
There are mangas for everything, and they have the craziest titles.
Yeah, for sure.
I read prose. One of these things is not like the other. The thing not like the other was my fantasy read, which, not to brag to the internet,
but do it.
But I did get this multiple days before it's released, because when I went to visit Kristen, I went to the Mecca of Second and Charles, and I get it. I'm a convert. I cannot wait to go back. I'm thinking about it. I'm dreaming about it.
Oh, I want to go.
It was a magical place, more magical than Buc-ee's, and everyone now knows how I feel about Buc-ee's.
Nice.
So we were like perusing, and this was like one of my most anticipated reads of the year. And it was just on a shelf with other books that hadn't been released either. It was like crazy.
What's going on there?
No, but I want to go back. So this is A Day of Fallen Night by Samantha Shannon. For those of you who are into fantasy, this is technically it's a prequel. They keep saying it's a prequel. It's just set before another book that Samantha Shannon wrote that blew up during the pandemic. which was The Priory of the Orange Tree, which, not to brag, but I did read that before it blew up. And I thought that was a good fantasy book. Things I liked that you might also like. It technically standalone, just like this one. So you don't have to follow like a really long series. It is adult fantasy, which is hit and miss for me, if I'm honest. Adult fantasy sometimes can be too much. It's too many names that I can't pronounce, that I sound stupid talking about with my friends. So it's low commitment. It is like 800 and some odd pages, both of them are, but it's just the one. Almost all of the perspective characters in both are women, and that's pretty rare in adult fantasy. In YA fantasy, it's super common. In adult fantasy, it's pretty rare. It's getting more common, which is great. But so if that's interesting to you, also very rare in adult fantasy, hold on to your hats, because if you're not into the genre, this will sound crazy. There's dragons, which I'm here to tell you folks, in modern adult fantasy is very rare.
Really?
So it is so rare. And sometimes, and I think Priory felt like this to me. They're like, there's dragons in this one. And you get there and there's like one dragon and it's a minor plot point and it's very annoying. These were cool. They're also worm style dragons. You can kind of see on this cover, sort of inspired by like East Asian, how they depict dragons, which is really cool. So that's very rare. It's a court politics fantasy. So there's like battle heavy fantasy and like court politics. I'm into the court politics one. I don't like reading about battles for 400 pages. And it's a queendom, which is very cool. So like the successor in line is always a woman, but it's still set in a patriarchal structure. So they still are really only valued for having an heir. It's just that heir also has to be a girl, which is interesting because it's like cool that it's a queendom, but it doesn't like disregard that that's kind of super fantastical in our modern framework. So just to say, this one takes place before it. They share none of the same characters. It's multiple perspectives, and I would say this one is better. I think the highs were higher and the lows were lower. It had more drama, more action, more romance, all of the things that I like enjoyed in Priory, but more of them. But it suffers from two things for people who might be interested. The first one is I still think it's more plot driven than character driven, which is like, it's up to you, right? Like what's your preference? I'm very character driven. You could have great characters and the plot could be riddled with holes like Swiss cheese, and I don't care. If I love those characters and I want to protect them with my whole heart, I'm going to keep reading. This one I do feel like is plot heavy. Like a whole like thing will have happened in like one sentence if you skip like one sentence of reading. So it's very intensive read. That's still an issue. And still, like Priory, it felt like a lot of like, instead of doing the normal structure of like rising action, climax, descending action, resolution, it just has little tiny waves until the end with a slightly bigger wave, and then it goes down, which is fine if you know what you're getting into, which is like, let me get under this blanket, even though it's not cozy at all. Let me get under this blanket and get immersed. But don't expect it to be like an epic, I don't think, in a traditional sense. So yeah, I this was very anticipated. In my heart, it's 4.5 stars. I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads. But it was heavy. So my other reads are not in the heavy fantasy. They are all, I believe, romances, if I'm not mistaken. So this is A Day of Fallen Night, which I got early at second in. Charles, thank you so much to that employee who messed up.
And now they're fired.
Now they're gone. It was a lot of pressure too, because like, I have it early, so I have to get started.
Oh yeah.
And I think I got like 300 pages maybe done before it came out. And I'm pretty proud of myself for that.
Yeah,
you should be.
Great.
And by the way, like, I know nothing about fantasy. Like, I think what was that book I read? The Lattes and Legends and Lattes. I mean, maybe I'm probably maybe a little wrong, but I feel like that's the first like fantasy book I have even come close to reading, right? But if there's anybody that wants to get into it, they should listen to you talk about fantasy reading because, right, Kristen? I was like, wow.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I gotta get that tomorrow. I should have picked it up.
Yeah, I need to get that.
Legends of Lattes is a great intro read too, because it's like very light.
Yes,
you know? So it's
exactly.
Like, yeah, I do love fantasy, but it is a lot, you know. So you do have to break it up sometimes with other stuff like this fluff that I will discuss.
I'm sure this is probably a long answer, but do you have any fantasy for beginners type of books to recommend? You're like, I sure do.
I do, but I'm trying to think of what they are. Let me think about this.
Okay. All
And
right.
then we'll circle back before we exit the pros track.
Okay.
So let me think about that.
All right, cool.
Oh, this is actually Name of the Wind. That is Batmanda. That's a great suggestion. And I think it's very new to fantasy reader friendly.
Okay. I'll try that.
However, hold on, Mary.
Okay.
Batmanda, we have to
Maybe
be
I won't.
honest with Mary and her feelings because we don't know when the next book is coming out. It
That's
feels
what I
like
was
it's
going to
been
say.
1,000,000 years, Batmanda. Maybe you know because you're following it more closely. But I read and loved it, and then I was like, no, I'm already waiting for the next Song of Ice and Fire. Like, I could have had a child. That child learned to drive, was eligible to vote.
No.
All of that in between when not quite, but all of that in between when the last Song of Ice and Fire book came out. So I don't ever want to do that to someone where it's like, look, you're gonna have to wait till you're collecting Social Security to get to the next one.
Which is a lot. What's funny is like I watch a ton of BookTube where a lot of them talk about fantasy books. I know Name of the Wind. I know that we're going to wait forever for it to come out. I know of it, but I've never read it. So it's one of those things. I feel like I have a lot of knowledge of like even Priory. Like I knew about that one. Haven't read it. But I don't know that I can even name a fantasy book I've read, like prose. Wow. So I need to. Jessica, we're waiting on your list. We're gonna do that.
YA fantasy is actually a really good place to start to like before you jump into adult fantasy. Batmanda, that's a great point. There are 2 of 3 out. So it's not totally, we're waiting on 2 Song of Ice and Fire books, not just this one. That's true. So, yes. And The Hobbit, Gabriel, that's a great suggestion. As someone, I won't blaspheme the Lord of the Rings, but I love The Hobbit. I'll just say that. I really enjoyed The Hobbit a lot. And it was one of my first fantasy reads, actually.
I read that so long ago, it would be a brand new read to me now, I think.
It's a cute one. It's a cute adventure. It's not a heavy commitment. And it is, for its time, YA adjacent. Like, I would say that was written for a younger audience than the Lord of the Rings books.
Gotcha.
Not that they can't be enjoyed by adults, of course.
Right. No, I know what you mean.
It's like my dad's favorite book of all time, and I still have never read it. So I should probably do that.
Yeah, he refers to himself as like a hobbit, right?
Oh, yeah.
I could see that.
And Hayden is suggesting the Simon Snow series, which I've been interested in.
Agreed. So I had to break that up, and I read a lot of romance. Now, 2 of these were not winners, and I'm going to talk about them briefly, and I won't shame them too much. The first one was an audio, and I don't know why I read this because I have read a YA romance by this author and I didn't really enjoy it. But sometimes they make a jump to a new genre, a new age bracket, and I'm like, oh man. And that was For Her Consideration, which I did on audio. I'll just say this, things that were interesting. It's a romance between actually I have no clue now, have finished the entire book what this girl's job title was, but she works for a company in LA that has celebrity clientele, and their whole job is to reply to their personal emails as if they are that celebrity because the celebrity is like too busy. So like Beyonce cannot reply to every email, of course. So somebody has to do that. And so you have to know their voice well. And so this girl, one of her clients that she's been replying to is also one of her like movie star icons. And the movie star icon reaches out and is like, hey, you're not really capturing my voice well. And so they hang out. They're like, I want you to hang out, get my vibe so you can reply more authentically. And they do. And of course, they fall in love. But I could not tell you the name of either of these people right now. It just went, couldn't tell you what they liked, what they disliked. Only things I remembered were the pop culture references. That was what was getting me through.
Okay.
And that I thought the industry tidbits, whether they're real or not, were very interesting to me. And I think this author is from LA and really steeped in LA culture. I'm an East Coast gal, so I don't understand any of that. But, you know, it was what it was. I probably won't read another Amy Spalding. And it's just not for me. It's for somebody else. That's all.
All right.
That sounds fair.
And just so everyone knows, Kristen has somebody replying to all of her emails.
Yeah, it's my dad who's currently shaming me. Dad, I saw your new desk. It looks very cool. So nice job.
Oh, the new desk, the new chair.
Yeah, and real quick, thank you so much, Super Laugh Hard. Apparently, I'm at 400 because of him. I appreciate it. Time for a giveaway, Gabriel. If
We're
we get to 1,000, how about that?
We're giving away signed copies of Callie tonight.
I have an abundance of them. I was like, I'll love this book.
Wait,
We're gonna draw.
You just get a page each because we're taking pages out.
Yeah,
That's what we do.
that's right. What are you gonna say? We're gonna draw
something over her butt, I guess.
butt.
Like every time it happens.
Big smiley face on her butt.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
that.
Yes, congrats.
Oh man.
This other one, not my favorite. Now this author, a fave. So you never know.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I read a lot of independently published books, mostly on Kindle, because they're free with Kindle Unlimited. Not that Amazon needs the promotion or anything. But this author, Zoe Reed, wrote a book called Breaking Legacies, which, if you enjoyed Disney's recent TV show Willow, would recommend Breaking Legacies. It was a fun adventure fantasy that did have stakes, but was not like too serious or too like dramatic every week. And you could see everything on the screen, which is not a given in fantasy these days. Sometimes you just got to squint because they like filming things in all black. So
okay.
It was both light in story and light in image. Anyways, loved that by this author. And so I picked this one up because didn't this sound like something I would love to read? Two high school soccer gals fighting to be captain of their soccer team fall in love. Was that written for me? Yes. Did I?
Sounds perfect.
Not really. First off, I thought these are two I don't know where I got this from. But I was like, oh, they're in high school. And as I was reading, I was like, yeah, they're definitely in high school. And that just happens sometimes when you read YA, you're like, you're young, you know, and so, but you know they're young, and so you give grace, and you're like, it makes total sense. It's fine. Come to find out, these gals are in college. They're like juniors in college. So they're like full adults. They vote. They're about to be in the workplace, and I think they acted like they were 12. So it kind of just ground my gears. So I did push through. It wasn't like so awful that I couldn't. I also felt like soccer did not need to be a plot. The soccer part was so not there, and I love soccer. So I was like kind of in it partly for the soccer. So it's ultimately for someone else. Someone gave it to me, so I didn't spend American dollars on this one, and I will just donate it to our local LGBT Pride Center library because this seems like a great book for that.
Yeah.
Just not from my personal collection. So that was Endgame by Zoe Reed.
Nice.
Yes. And my last two romances, both by the same author. One was a reread that I was rereading partly to see, should I recommend this to Kristen? And sadly, no. The other one, though, yes. So one of my favorite independent authors is Haley Cass. And I picked up the worst cover of all time, Down to a Science.
It's so bad.
That's my favorite part about independent books. Wait, I have to send you this one that was a Christmas romance I read with a moose wearing a snowman hat. I want it framed. There is an audio of this that has a very cute cover that the author's friend designed. And I was like, can you get this redone with that cover? Because I would honestly buy another copy. It is Down to a Science. And I believe these are science symbols. I'm not sure. I'm not a scientist. Okay. I think this one's particularly bad because it is a part of a series that they did for Pride Month, this company. And it was all these independent writers that did a one coming out novella. And they all came out like every day of like June or something like that. It was pretty crazy. This is the only one I read. They are not interconnected stories at all, so you don't have to read others. But I loved this one. This is a girl. Her name is Ellie, and she is getting a doctorate in some kind of science. I won't pretend to know. And I was reading this and I was like, I want to say she kind of seems like she might be neurodivergent. And then I read that the author said, yes, that is how they wrote this character, even though it's not on paper. So if that's something you're interested in, it's very interesting to watch her navigate like social situations, etc. And one of the situations she puts herself in is going to the same bar every day to work on her dissertation. And just one day, a group of firefighters walks in, and one of those firefighters strikes her fancy. They chat for a bit, and then she cannot stop thinking about that firefighter. And then essentially, she hopes to see the firefighter so badly, she goes back every day looking, can't find her. And then like 3 months later, they reconnect. and they form a friendship. And what I really liked about this story is they actually are friends for most of the book before the romance even starts. And so it's mostly a story about Ellie really discovering herself, not just coming out, but also like being more confident in social situations and things like that. And it really delved into also for the other character, she's new to the city and how difficult it is to make friends as an adult, which we don't talk a lot about. Like outside of the workplace, it can be really challenging to make friends as an adult. And so their friendship is really prized by both of them. And sometimes when you date, is that friendship now going to be gone, right? If things don't work out. So it's a lot of things that were like super relatable. It was a very good, cute novella. So this one I would recommend to Kristen, not the other one, but I would recommend it.
Okay, the one with the bad cover. Got it.
Yeah.
Writing it down.
Well, if you listen to the audio, it has a cute cover.
Okay.
So you get choices.
Good.
But this one was my reread that Haley, it's her most famous book. And that's called Those Who Wait. And this is like a politics romance. So it's like the daughter of a senator and the granddaughter of a president. And one of them is running for political office. They meet, they don't know each other, fall into these categories, and they fall in love. And that's really the plot. It's great. But yeah, I think ultimately not a Kristen romance that I would necessarily recommend.
Okay.
But it was good. It was a good reread. It was nice to revisit with those characters because they have a short, very short novella that's a follow-up. And when I saw it come out, I was like, great, I'll read that. I enjoyed this book. And then I could not remember a single thing that happened.
Oh, no.
So that's partly also why I was rereading it. But yeah, Haley Cass would generally recommend if you're interested in like exploring indie romance. Can recommend her. Those are my pros. Big chunky fantasy for little romances.
Love that.
You killed it.
You really did.
You're so good at reading, Jessica.
How do you do it?
I love it.
Audiobooks and walks.
Yeah.
I also didn't watch much TV this last week, I don't think. Which not anymore, because I'm back in Big Brother Canada, so my reading will not be great this week.
Fair. I get it. By the way, Gabriel needs 50 subs on his channel to do live shows. So I just subbed to him. My dad subbed to him. My dad threw in the link in the chat. So let's get him to 50, y'all.
Can we get my channel to 50?
No, let's also, Mary, tell me, send me a link later. I'll actually put that in the description.
Okay.
Hey, to be fair, I asked you if you wanted me to do that. You're like, no, I don't deal with my channel. And now you're like, let's get to 50.
Well, I think I do because, well, really, let's be honest. On my channel, I have, I do like these reading backgrounds. So like while you're reading, you can just throw on one of these backgrounds that I've created. Usually has like, it's either like sounds of rain or, you know, a crackling fireplace, or I have like, you know, like, like, you know, like gentle music, you know, stuff like that. So I'm not really consistent with doing it yet, but I have a decent amount up there. So I intend to like, you know, do more. Oh, what's my channel name? That's a good question. Hold on. By the way, I wasn't falling out of my chair earlier. I was trying to pick up Alexander. He's on his hind legs with his legs on my leg, but when I go to pick him up, he runs away. He thinks it's a game. If you could see, Alexander, come here. He's doing it. Yep, there he goes.
I love that he has a full name. That's awesome.
Alexander. He's looking at me like, what? What do you want? All right, let's see my channel name.
You had no way of knowing this. I don't know if you know this, Mary. You definitely don't know this. What do you mean? I know you don't know this. I've never said it, so why would you know it? Kristen may not even know this.
Oh my goodness.
If you could look at my YouTube recommended videos, it is split. Half comics and book YouTube or booktube and half ASMR background wallpaper videos.
Oh, I love that.
So I didn't know that's something you did, and I will put those on because every morning I get up and I'm like, is it raining in my TV? Is it a beach scene? Am I in a tavern? And that's like my work background because I work from home and it feels, feel like isolated. And so it kind of makes me like go to that place. I had no clue you did that. That's awesome.
Thank you. I mean, I'm such an amateur at it. I have fun making them. I just, you know, and I love to, same thing. I follow a lot of different channels that do that. It's just so relaxing. I throw them on even if I'm just like cleaning or whatever. It's just, like you said, it gives you some like, just makes the room warmer. So I have a dumb question. So is my channel name the little @ like where it says @?
You should. So when you go to your actual channel main page,
you should know your channel name, Mary.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let me look up your channel.
Please. Thank you for
I'm
the assistance.
subscribed, so let me just in another window. While you talk about your books, I'll find this information, okay?
Okay. Well, I want you to hear. I want you to pay attention to what I'm saying, Kristen.
I am.
I know you are. I'm being goofy. I'm gonna sub to Gabriel's channel right now, though, before I forget. Done.
Wonderful.
Okay. All right. So I had been reading some clunky thrillers, getting angry, dropping out, and I'm finally back. I finished The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. It was a great price.
Is that a sticker or that's
No.
on the cover?
It's
It is
printed on there.
on the
Oh
cover.
God. It's
It's
so
awful,
many
right?
times.
Look at it.
Great price.
I got it at Target and I thought, oh, well, I
Mm,
thought, well, that is a great price because it was 20% off $12.99. That's
We
a
love
great
that.
price, right?
Yeah.
But they Anyway, this was an incredible fast read. I didn't guess the twist. This woman, because of certain, I don't want to come near any spoilers, but because of certain circumstances, she's kind of put in a situation where she has to work anywhere. Her times are really tough for this woman, right? So she takes a job as a housemaid for these incredibly rich people.
mm.
And it's about, so much happens. Let me see if this one part is on the back because I don't want to give away something. Okay, so I'll just read. I think I read this from the last time we were on. And by the time I realize my attic bedroom door only locks from the outside, it's far too late.
Oh,
I don't want to give away too much, but if you need just to get lost, this is an incredible thriller. It's pretty short. Let me see how many pages. Yeah, it's just over 300 pages. It's super quick read. There are times the main character, Nina, the housemaid, she is very sarcastic too. So there are times that I found myself like laughing out loud at her little quirky things that she says. Well, not quirky, more like snippy things that she says, but you really feel for her because of her circumstances. And then she is done dirty in this book. So, and the major twist, it was like one of those twists that I'm like, you should have seen that coming, but I didn't. But typically I'm not. When I read thrillers, I know some people as soon as they start, they're trying to figure out who did what. I don't do that. I just kind of go for the ride. I try not to think too far ahead, but I would definitely recommend if you want to pick up a thriller. Jessica, do you read thrillers? I can't remember. You do? Okay.
It's not my main thing, but I like almost always love them.
Yeah.
I love to hate them.
Yes. And you mentioned Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah.
This is on there.
It's over. All right. I got it.
So
let me have that.
One of my surprises, Kristen, that I'll reveal now is I joined Kindle Unlimited.
Look at you.
You can read all 3 volumes of
I did.
Kiss the Samurai tonight, Mary.
Tonight. Oh my God.
That's amazing.
So I joined because I got a deal for like 2 months. It was like 99 cents. And
I need that deal.
And I'll tell you why I was encouraged to when we get to the next section of our stream, because I can't say it now.
There are so many twists up in this thing. Read for free. Wait, Mary, is this a series?
It is. There's another book.
Wait, with the same housemaid?
Yes. So the second book, you'll see, I think it's called like The Housemaid's Secret.
Mm-hmm.
It's a red cover.
Yeah. I wonder if it'll be a great price at Target. Suspense.
I am curious to see if the second book has to have this thing on it.
I would only hope it's like better price,
right? Or like the next one's like expensive. I don't know.
Overpriced.
Yeah.
All right, I'm excited.
I'm curious to see what you think after you read it.
I do genuinely love a thriller, and I like reading them on Kindle Unlimited because they are some of the only books I don't ever reread. I don't know that I've reread a thriller because once I know the end, I'm good. And so I like to get them from the library or Kindle Unlimited, so that's perfect.
Yeah, I had that mindset that also helped me, get the Kindle Unlimited because
Mm-hmm.
same thing. I don't know why I buy hard copies of thrillers or,
Mm-hmm.
I should either do the library or use Kindle Unlimited
Mm-hmm.
because like this copy's going to Kristen. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Kristen's
great
like,
price.
you're like, keep buying them then.
Right.
Yeah, goodbye. I'm excited.
Is Reed cooking dinner now? I saw him come
So
in.
he came in to say, okay, tell Mary.
Oh,
He's like, tell Mary I was offended. She thought I wouldn't go through with cooking
oh
dinner.
no, I've offended.
Oh.
I've offended.
And he had a
Reed.
dish rag on his arm, so he's really cooking.
Tell him I am so sorry.
And then 2, he wanted to let Lethal Lucha know if they're still in the chat to send him their Power of Violence band, which he mentioned at some point, I think in the last show I did with Jess. So also Mary, apparently you're at 52 subs. So
this is amazing. Thank you.
I put the link to your YouTube in the chat. Everybody subscribe to Mary. Put stuff on your TV. Relax with a book. It's gonna be great.
I'll be subscribing
Awesome.
just for those videos.
Thank you.
24/7. Yep.
Was that all, Mary?
That's all I have
Did you do
for. That's all. Yeah, that's everything I read.
Are you all ready for the last thing I read?
There's so much hype in the last couple minutes. My heart can't take it.
This is one of my surprises.
Oh,
I haven't put this on Goodreads.
You're sneaky.
No one knows that I completed this because I needed it to happen when all 3 of us were together.
Oh, okay.
Mary, are you trying to guess?
Yeah, you see me. I'm like, ugh.
I think I know.
Can we have a hint?
No.
What kind of game show is this?
I was just going to show you, but I mean, okay. I feel like you don't need a hint. I feel like you both know.
It's gotta be Mary. How many videos?
I'm like trying to just talk to you, Jessica.
What if I'm wrong though, and I just
okay? Actually, I love this. You guys talk.
I think the last 20 videos.
This is like, Mary, are you paying attention?
Said I should probably get back into, which she started prior to Christmas or right after Christmas. Kiss Her Once for Me, a Christmas book. If we're wrong, it's embarrassing for both of us, but I am hoping that that's Alison Cochran's Kiss Her Once for Me.
And I hope when you show it, you're just going to show the dust cover.
What if it's not? What if it's, what's the second choice that we think it could be? She secretly read The Stitch and the Samurai that she was withholding. She actually owns.
She has the omnibus already.
She does.
I own all volumes and I didn't show you.
That's my final guess is Kiss Her Once for Me.
Yeah.
For 800 Alex. Thank you.
I can't even say that's my guess too because I wouldn't have gotten it without you. I don't know where my memory is.
Okay. Are we ready?
We're ready.
Big reveal. Kiss Her Once for Me. This isn't even just the dust jacket. I was like, I found the book because I was reading it. I put it on the book.
Wow.
What?
Congratulations.
I finished it last night. I said, Jessica's going to be on the show. I am finishing this book before she's on because if you recall, Jessica, once I finish this, you are supposed to pick the next queer romance I read. And I finished it. Want to say, totally loved it. However, the thing I wish had happened at the end, I wanted an epilogue. So I'm sad there was no epilogue.
About the main couple or about the side couple?
Really both.
Okay.
I wanted
came to a very rushed conclusion.
Yes. So that was the only thing I didn't like about it. I still really liked it, and I definitely am going to read her other book, which I think you really like too, right?
The Charm Offensive, which was my favorite read of 2022.
Wow. Okay.
Gonna
have to read it for sure. But yeah, really enjoyed this. And you know what? Christmas vibes in March, still great.
Just in time for St. Patrick's Day. You were like, you were at Valentine's Day.
That's right. That's right.
St. Patrick's Day.
I mean, I'm proud that I just finished it though. Like, I read a lot these past 2 days. It's been a lot.
Nice job.
So, yeah, I did it.
Kismet-wise, maybe you're the reason Portland had that big snowstorm, because that's like what happens in that book, and that
Yeah.
just happened in real life.
Oh
You were
my
just waiting
gosh.
to finish until everything had come full circle.
Wow. Yeah, I
Yeah.
planned this. That's right.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, so I
caused
have.
whatever.
This is leading me. Should we just go to where you pick? Should we just go there?
Whoa, I have to give this thought. I was ill prepared.
Well, No.
Right.
I have a stack of 6 books
Oh,
for you to pick from.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I love this.
Okay. Do you want to go here? Mary, you can help. Yeah, of course. And you know what?
Wait,
Maybe we should pick 2.
I didn't
Maybe
know
we
about this feature.
Maybe we should pick 2 because I think there's one I know Jessica's going to pick.
Okay.
Okay.
Therefore, maybe we need to pick 2. And Mary, so you
Okay.
can help, you can collaborate, okay?
All right.
But it has to happen. Well, I
Okay.
only have 1 library read here. The rest I own.
Okay.
And that's Sorry Bro, which I know
Mm.
you read maybe a
did.
month or so ago,
Yeah.
right? And you really liked. So
I did.
Sorry Bro is an option. Another Christmas book. So listen, Christmas in March, y'all. Okay.
I
I
like
need to
it.
write this down as you go. Okay. Sorry, bro, is
Okay.
an option. All right, I got it.
Sorry
Yep.
Bro. Yep. Season of Love, which Mary hyped me to.
Oh yeah. And
Did
I
you read
saw
this one?
Mary's review, and I was like, I bought it and wrapped it and put it in my Christmas decorations.
I
so
love
it would
that
be
you do
inside.
that.
I love that actually.
That's a great
I saw
idea.
Mary's review, and I was like, enough. I'm good. Let me
Yeah.
purchase this. Yeah.
I love
I like
that.
hunted this down after Mary was talking about it, and obviously didn't read it in time.
But it's like you have
So-
to have it at that moment, right?
Yeah, that's in the pile. I just kind of grabbed all the
Okay.
romance I had.
Yeah.
Nice.
In the event of love, speaking of Mary sent me this.
Oh,
oh.
no. Oh no. Because I have that too. Oh no.
I
Why
for-
we need to talk to
I
you
feel like
first.
I'm vaguely remembering you mentioning that this was
Yes,
maybe a
I
no
said,
at some point.
Hey, you're gonna want to read this,
funny.
because look at that girl's plaid lumberjack leaning,
Right.
and you're like, done. And I'm
Yeah.
here to tell you,
Mm.
no, it's a no. It's not
All right, well,
egregious, but it's not great. So
We're
I
gonna
can tell
not.
you that
We're gonna
much.
put this aside then. Okay,
Yeah, leave that for next Christmas.
that's right.
Maybe.
If you want a sad one, I guess.
Start with that one, and then it can only go up from there. Christmas.
Okay,
Oh.
there we go.
You should say
Sad.
holiday, winter reads.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. One last stop.
Okay.
She did not seem excited about that.
I have that one too.
I have big feels about that one.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
They're not all negative. They're not all negative.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Well, these last 2 I know you love.
Oh god. Okay.
The Mighty Heart of Sunny St. James.
Well,
Which I know
I'm-
Jessica's like, that's the one. I
It's
know.
not
Already
even, I
know.
love it. That's not even like a romance. But I love that it gets lumped in here because it's actually his like
It
there's
has to
some
be, right?
romance, I suppose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I'm just going to set this aside then
Yeah.
and
all right.
read it. How about that?
Everyone on the internet, I can guarantee you will like this book. Yes. Mary! I'm having
Mary,
heart
should we-
palpitations. And so is Sunny St. James at the beginning of the book. Spoiler alert.
Oh,
no. I mean,
I'm
doesn't
so
this count as a
emotional about
romance?
this.
Don't they love each other
You have the hardcover?
technically?
She does
Yeah.
have a
Yeah, I do.
hardcover.
I do.
Ooh.
I was cheap and I got the paperback.
I have the paperback.
I was lucky I received it because I bought it from Book Outlet.
I did too.
Yeah,
But
I
it
think
looks okay.
several of hers are on. I'm being so serious. It is one of the most heartwarming books.
Okay.
Yes, there is like a little romance, but it's more. Yeah, there's a little romance, but it's not like a romance. It's like a middle grade
Okay.
life book.
That's,
But,
that's fair. That's fair.
When the second I see y'all start reading that on Goodreads, I'll be rereading it so that we can chat about it. And I'll
Oh,
hear
okay.
all of your thoughts in real time. Okay.
Love that.
Well, you knew that was. I mean, you know. So okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And How to Excavate a Heart.
Is it- Can I see the dog on that?
Um,
And I want everyone to
Oh,
know
so
sometimes
cute.
dogs go on these book covers and they're never in it. That dog has a major plot element.
Yes.
And
Aw.
it's not in dire death, like it's not like sick or anything sad like that.
Okay.
That dog has a name, which I won't spoil because it's very charming and features in actually
Aw.
multiple plot points. That dog is the whole reason those two characters meet.
Oh, I
one
love
another.
that. I should read
love
that then.
too.
Okay.
Okay, that's it. That's the list. I feel like we know it's not In the Event of Love.
Wow,
Plot
Jessica,
twist, you picked that
No.
one.
Jessica, way to trash one of my Christmas gifts to Kristen over here.
So sorry.
It's okay.
Like, but Mary, I also I saw the cover and I was like, immediate buy. I read the plot and the back was like,
Yeah.
so
Oh no,
like,
wait. I'm confusing them. That one I told you about. I didn't. The other book was the Christmas gift.
No, you got me
Right?
this one. Yeah.
No, I meant the other. I think I was referring to the. It would be nice if I knew any of these titles, but
This
Seasons
is
of-
the one
Season of
she's
Love is the
trashing.
one-
oh,
that's
it
the one
is.
trashing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Nothing is extreme. I just said
I know.
no.
I went for the. You said you like the dramatic, so I went for that.
I do. I do love a flair for the dramatics. Wow, so many amazing choices here. Well, we know The Mighty Heart of Sunny St. James, so don't even know why you like.
Yeah, I know. I picked it up and I was like, that's silly. I'm just gonna put that aside.
Now, if you keep In the Event of Love, and Mary recommends Season of Love, and I'm going to read Season of Love next year, I'm not going to say Season of Love because then we could read Season of Love together
Yeah.
Okay.
next holiday season.
I love
When you
that.
say next year, do you just mean this winter?
Yeah, like winter, because it's a Hanukkah. That one I believe is.
Oh, cool.
Is it Hanukkah and Christmas?
I think so.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Which
Yeah, I think so.
actually, How to Excavate a Heart, and this is in the like plot of the book. So if this terminology is not correct for people, they do like Chrismukkah in How to
Mm.
Excavate a Heart. It's like both.
Okay.
So, but Season of Love, I haven't read, and I plan to read next winter. So
Okay.
I wouldn't do that one because I would love to read it with you.
Yeah. We should all read that together. I agree with this.
Wait, but Mary hasn't read it? She has read
I have.
it.
No, I have. I bought it. I didn't read it in true fashion.
Oh, I thought.
So,
okay.
I
Well,
think
see,
I
we can all read
definitely.
it.
I think I posted it on Instagram when I bought it though. That
Okay.
might be what. Yeah, that might. be
Yeah,
what you're
the
thinking of.
cover got
Okay.
me, and also Ashley Herring Blake, of course, blurbed it on the
Blurbed
cover.
it.
So it's like, all right, I need it.
Done. That said, so now we're down to How to Excavate a Heart, One
Mhm.
Last Stop, and Sorry Bro.
Hmm.
So, what did you read Red, White, and Royal Blue, Casey McQuiston's first book?
I did not. Is it on my shelf? Yes, it is.
Okay. Here's what I'll say about One Last Stop. Because it's about what you're in the mood for. Now, Mary, have you read One Last Stop? Do you know much about it?
I have not read it. It's also on my shelf.
Okay. It is a book that I enjoyed. Like, it's not one that I'm like, In the Event of Love, I just like did not enjoy. Like, it's
Okay.
just a no, right? Not to
Okay.
keep punching that lumberjane, but sorry, girl. It wasn't where it was at. One Last Stop, I would say, is not first and foremost a romance. So that's
Okay.
something to know, and that's not a bad thing.
Uh-huh.
That's just like, it's important to go in like with the like mindset, and it does have the unique plot element of having a time travel element and like a science fiction element. And
Thank
so,
goodness you're telling me this because that can make me turn on a book. I get nasty when that happens if I don't know about it.
you hate. Oh, okay. You don't. I was like, you hate time travel.
No, but like now if I know that going
Okay.
in, I'll be cool with it. Yeah.
Yeah, because she
there's-
was probably going to pick that up thinking it was just a romance.
I
Yeah.
totally would.
And I did, and that was my bad because it did really affect my reading experience. Now, my actual criticisms of the book really hinge towards like how it resolves in the end, and some of the treatment of the Asian characters in the book I think could have been more thoughtfully well done.
Oh boy.
But it wasn't like wildly offensive or like
I'm half
burning.
Jessica, I'm half Japanese. That's why I said, oh boy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, Mary, yeah, you're gonna put. I just thought. I mean, yeah, you'll see exactly what I'm saying then.
Okay.
It was so. I noticed it when I was reading it. I was like, I didn't love that. Like, it wasn't awful or
I
anything.
got
But I was
you.
like, didn't
I
love
got
that. But then I saw.
So
I
both
thought-
of these. I'm reading both
No.
of these right now.
I want to be clear.
I know
Last
you
Stop-
didn't hate this one like you hated this one. I got it.
I didn't hate it. It was okay. I will say I bought it, I owned it, and then I donated it to our local Pride Center library. So it was fine. I'm not mad about it, but I don't get the internet hype around it. I can tell you that for sure. I was like, what are you
Yeah.
seeing that I'm not seeing?
Yeah.
Okay, so that said, Sorry Bro and How to Excavate a Heart. I'm gonna keep it real. It's definitely How to Excavate a Heart as far as like enjoyment. That book was so cute. It's a YA. And it's like so fun. And I read it all in one sitting, and I rarely actually do that.
Wow. That's a good
Um,
sign.
Sorry Bro was good and is a great book about self-discovery and connecting to your cultural heritage, because as like a second generation immigrant, kind of being one generation removed from that like lived cultural experience that your parents really got. And I thought it was so well done talking about that. And also in Sorry Bro, really nuanced conversations about biphobia and like sexuality being a spectrum that I don't see honestly in books this thoughtfully well done. So still recommend Sorry Bro, but it's going to be How to Excavate a Heart in the Mighty Heart of Sunny St. James. Whoa. And they both have hearts. So actually,
Ooh.
that's it. Boom. Mic drop.
Wow.
And they're the 2 hardcovers I had too.
Yeah.
How fun is that?
I genuinely think you will like to love both of them. So
Love
yeah,
this.
it's a safe
Love
bet.
this. Everyone's asking about Mary's Callie thoughts.
Oh,
You guys missed it. Yeah.
Not great.
do you want me to give a quick?
Yeah, run it down for Nick and my dad.
Nick and Dad. Sorry, Larry. I shouldn't call your Larry Dad. I mean, we're close, but we're not that close yet. All right. Long story short, guys. Thought there was a lot of Callie's backside shown.
And I'm going to show it again.
There she is with her hiney. I thought some of the coloring was amazing. No doubt. I know a lot of people were like, oh my God, the art is fantastic. It's amazing. It's the best ever. I'm not in that camp, but I have to comment on the coloring because some panels really did do that for me. I thought there was barely a plot. Oh, and I didn't mention this before, but I remember your dad mentioning that conversation that she had with that like random camper out in the middle of nowhere. I was kind of looking for it because your dad brought it up. And that was, I guess, if I had to pick one part of the book that had some potential to go much further and maybe become a little bit interesting, that would have been. I was sort of thinking like that guy wasn't real, but I know he was. But I was like, that could have been an interesting twist. Like maybe those were like, you know, her just like contemplating her life and her choices and stuff. And maybe it was just her, like her thoughts. But anyway, I gave it 2 stars. I like I told Kristen, 1 because I finished the book and 1 for the art. It's like you summed it up, Kristen. What did you say after I gave my thoughts? It's a thing.
Yeah, I believe you said 1 star for the story, 1 star for the art. Yeah.
Listen.
And mine was just 1 star total because where was the story?
Yeah. And like listen, when Jess was in the chat, he admitted it himself, like why he enjoyed it. Lots of backside. I don't judge anybody. That's your thing, you know, cool, whatever. I'm happy I read it. If I bought that book, there'd be trouble.
Unexpected time travel, trouble. Backsides with no plot, trouble.
If you're going to show backside, let's have a little plot, please.
Love that.
It wasn't for me. I don't think it was for many people, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, thank goodness for Hoopla. I'll leave it at that.
Although my dad's wild and gave it like a 7 out of 10 for the art. And I'm like, that's too many stars.
Well, your dad, at least with your dad, like he's an art guy. Like that's his, you know, I would say that's his thing. And he really, you know, he knows artists by name just by looking at. So I'm not that person. Like I'm definitely a character person. So
I'm just rolling my eyes at this. I gotta tell you, Dad. Like, other than the cover, I didn't think there were any gratuitous butt shots. Okay.
I don't even know if I'd call them gratuitous. They're just butt shots. Like
well, it's one of those things. Like,
I mean, she had jeans on. It's not like
it's like it's like the panel, like was very intentional with
like whoa,
and
there's
the direction she was standing. Yeah, it was stuff like that. It was like, all right,
I have a butt. Here it is.
Of course, my dad's gonna defend the butts, but all right.
Wow.
Nick is thanking you for going over it.
Anytime, Nick.
That one's on the back burner.
We got you there.
All right. Are you guys currently reading anything? I'm currently reading one thing in particular that I wanted to mention, which is Wild, or So I Was Born to Be.
Whoa.
And this is one of those.
Oh, cool.
It's so big. It's kind of hard to handle. It's a big paperback. Oni Press put this out. Reed gifted this to me. The art is like really fun.
Oh,
I like
cool.
it. I like the colors a lot.
Nice.
It's about roller derby, which I've generally liked in comics as well.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not that far into it, but I like it so far.
Have you gotten to go to roller derby in person before?
You know what? I never have. And I had a friend in college who did it, but I just
Yeah.
never.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I
They
never did it.
have some great ones in Louisville. So
I would go. Let's go.
Yeah. I've been
Let's
a few
go.
times, and I will definitely go again.
That's
It
an
must-
easy trip.
That must be fun.
It's so fun, and like the kinds of people that go see it are so like interesting.
Yeah.
It reminds me when you were telling stories about local wrestling. It was not those vibes, but like the range of like very specific vibes
Sure. Yeah.
as well. Yeah, love that. I have two things I'm reading.
Tell me
One
about
is so one of my favorite romance books is Love and Other Disasters by Anita Kelly, and that was Anita Kelly's debut last year or the year before. And this year they have a follow-up called Something Wild and Wonderful.
Oh, I saw that in the bookstore, and I actually thought, I wonder if Jessica's reading this.
Jessica is, and this again is like things I love. And in this case, it's hiking. I love hiking. Now here they're hiking the Pacific Crest Trail, which is very West Coast. So I've never done that. I would love to do it one day. But it's just, and also this has a neurodivergent character. Alexi is neurodivergent, and that's like on paper from the beginning. So again, if that's something that you're interested in reading about that experience, this is going okay so far. I'm like probably a quarter of the way through. I'm not taking quite yet. I'll just say that. I think it's dragging a bit, and I can't quite figure out why. So I'm withholding thoughts, but I did really love Love and Other Disasters by Anita Kelly. So I have faith in this author to eventually make me connect with these characters.
Nice.
So there's that one. Then indie book, love the cover of this, BTW. The Name Bearer. This is a YA, maybe middle grade, I am not sure. Book that is fantasy. I believe it's a duology, and the second one's about to come out. So just two. It's low
Nice.
commitment. It's quite thin. But it's kind of inspired by indigenous, mostly Central American cultures, it seems like, is the main inspiration point for this. But in this, they select one person in the tribe or area that is sequestered since they're 2 years old. They can't know their real name. And their whole gift is they were supposedly chosen by the gods to read the flowers one day and name the heir to this like kingdom throne. So it's a lot of pressure. You're not allowed to form your own identity. Some calamity happened. It just happened in the first chapter. And this person, this young woman who doesn't have a name yet, couldn't get the job done for a reason and is now on the run because they're like, oh, you were never supposed to be chosen for this role. And so they're kind of after her. But it's a lot about self-discovery because she hasn't really been allowed to form like her own identity, her own community. So I'm enjoying it so far, but I'm really only 2 chapters in. And that's The Name Bearer by Natalia Hernandez.
Nice.
Those are my current reads.
Mary has to look to see if she has any current reads other than working on Swamp Thing Forever.
I need you to get on that so that you can get to
I
Alan
know.
Moore and I can watch your face.
Okay. And you know, I can't comment on something until I do what I plan to read next.
Oh,
Because
Okay.
Goodreads,
Classic Goodreads.
classic Goodreads.
Yeah. Well, real quick, this is what Chris is reading. Daisy didn't really like it. It's not what you thought it would be. It was okay. It finished Dazzler. MM Volume 2 is pretty good.
cool.
Okay. At least your reads got progressively better, right?
Yeah.
And the first issue of X-23 Deadly
Nice.
Regenesis. Awesome.
a roller derby fan.
Oh. Really love roller derby and how it used to be like wrestling. Listen, Jessica, I know you didn't want to go to wrestling. But you've got to come to local wrestling with me. I'm telling you, it's nonsense.
Maddie, when we were driving home, she said, we really should go. They really love it. And I was like, okay.
That's so funny. That's really
I'm just thinking,
what?
I'm thinking of when you that one person you said with the dirt. With the
Wait,
dirty-
what? Dirty Baby, yeah. You've got to go just to see the Dirty Baby.
Oh my
So
god.
there's a woman who goes to wrestling all the time, and she brings her dirty baby. And so you want to see the real life dirty baby?
Oh, I actually
Really, that's
do.
the fun of it.
It'll
The
be a
dirty
baby
baby.
toddler by then, but oh my goodness, Alexander.
Alexander's here.
Hi, bud. Oh, thank you. Thank you,
Aw.
bud. Okay.
You want to read how to excavate a heart and know what that doggo's name is too, don't you? Yeah.
He refuses to look.
Aw, baby. So handsome.
Thank you. He's my
Yeah.
best friend.
Relatable content. Yeah.
Right?
Yep, love that. Should I pull out my next surprise?
Please, let's
Oh,
let's
that-
have
that I
it.
mean my last this one's not as exciting. I feel like
it is the dirty, the dirty baby.
It's the dirty bill. Oh my god.
how great would that be?
I would be very concerned.
And the dirty baby's here.
I'm gonna cry.
So wait, I need to go back. There's like a real baby, and
Oh yeah, she brings her baby to wrestling, and then at the start of wrestling, like the baby's clean, and by the end of it, it's just rolled on the floor and gotten all dirty. So we
Oh.
call it the dirty baby. Reed's here with my
Hi,
dirty
Reed.
baby.
You're telling them about the dirty baby
Yeah,
on air?
yeah. Jessica mentioned wrestling,
Alexander, look at them now.
so
You see them
I told Reed he should bring Willow because
Bestie.
Willow's besties with Jessica now. I didn't tell you about this, Mary. Willow decided to climb up on Jessica kind of like this.
now?
Oh my
Aw.
god.
And Jessica was doing pretty much that. She was crying. She was crying. She was so scared. And I'm
Oh,
like, she
no.
loves you. You're besties.
It was like a
He's
mixture
going.
of
Oh.
fear and excitement, as all the best things in life.
Are you not typically a cat person?
Oh, I can hear her.
Oh my. Oh my.
Well, you need to. It's probably not the
This is
mic.
some serious ASMR. We need a warning.
Oh boy.
I can't
How did
wait
that
to
sound?
hear that loud.
Yeah. They said that was loud. Okay.
So wet.
Oh, it's wet now. Thanks, Willow.
How cute is that?
My mother's allergic to cats, so I didn't grow up around them.
Oh, okay.
And I was telling Chris and I have talked about this a little bit. I don't know their movements. You know, like
Oh yeah.
you know, it's like you can kind of read the body language of dogs
Right.
generally. I just can't do that with cats, and so there's a little bit of that. Plus, like when they kiss you with their tongues, it feels like sandpaper. And I
Oh
think
yeah.
that's kind of I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's a strange feel. Oh my goodness.
But I do have a few cat friends, and Willow has become one of them.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's good.
Yeah, she was like right. Chris, it's not just she came up to me.
Like
her
in your
head-
neck,
she was
right?
She was like
yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
She was in you. Sorry, Willow.
It was
They
great
love to
though.
nuzzle.
Mm. Apparently so.
She had that whole microphone in her mouth.
She really did.
Hi, bestie.
It's wet. She says, bye, bestie.
Hi,
Aw.
Thanks,
bestie.
Reed. No. Yeah, well, he said
Hi,
to me.
other bestie. Human bestie.
Okay. You made it weird, Reed. Yeah, you did. All right.
So no dirty baby,
No
No
dirty
dirty
baby.
but a different Twistos twist, and it's about to be. It's a box.
Should I do a
IST?
live unboxing real quick?
Oh
Whoa!
my god.
I ordered from IST, which I have only done once this year, and that was this box.
Oh, okay.
All
Does anybody
right.
want to know what I got? I don't know. Also, what's fun about this live unboxing is apparently a lot of people have been getting IST boxes with no packing.
I heard that. I watched your dad's
What?
So we'll
last
see.
unboxing.
Yeah, so that I'm scared.
I just ordered from them the first time for this year. I didn't know it was going to come naked. I don't like that.
It may not come naked.
Okay.
Oh, mine has foam. We're good.
Okay.
We're good. Listen, what did you get?
The Silver Surfer Omni and the latest. They're collecting the Birds of Prey OG run in Chunky Trades, and one of the Chunky Trades came out not too long ago. So I got them both at the same time. Yeah.
So, which cover did you get for Silver Surfer?
Not the spiral one, the other one.
Okay.
I don't remember which one was direct market or not. Is this about to be your Silver Surfer Omni?
No. I do want to get it though.
Okay. I was like,
No.
Get there first.
There's sales. So there were sales and I had to. That's the law. I had to. These were like 62% off.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Right? So I did get the Star Wars, The New Republic.
Oh, okay.
Nice. That's a great cover.
I agree. And looks cool in the back. I have some of the other ones, so I was like, okay, I guess I have to.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it works, right? Also, just haven't bought an Omni in forever, so it just felt like it's the time.
Felt like time.
It's the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's cheap. It's the time. And this is what I wasn't going to buy, but it was 60% off. So I was like, I have to. And that's the other Young Avengers omnibus.
Oh, look at you.
Have you read it?
Yeah, of course. And love all
See,
Young Avengers.
Yeah, and I loved the other like small tiny Omni that I have. Loved it. So I'm like, okay, I have to. 60% off.
That's great.
I don't have the Omni, but I do have the Chunky Trades that are covered in that one. I think that has a little bit more, but
nice. Well, yeah, I'm stoked about it. Anyway, that's just a fun unboxing.
Nice.
I had foam in mine. Yay.
That's the OG Young Avengers. That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. That's what I've heard.
And you get Cassie Lang in that run, and she maybe will be a Young Avenger on screen soon. So.
Love that. That's very exciting. All right. So speaking of exciting.
How is there more? Oh, okay.
No.
And now
I'm just transitioning. There's not more. Are there books you all want to read that you want to talk about?
There are.
Yes. Go ahead, Mary.
Oh, I go?
Yeah, I want to hear.
Okay. Ready? This is my big surprise.
How many surprises have there been?
Only because you're here, Jessica.
And I didn't bring a single surprise.
No, you are the surprise.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
you're the surprise.
I did bring the Bucky sponsorship that was like,
that is I need that. Look,
so,
I need one.
Yeah. All right, we're ready.
We're ready? So I snuck off to Barnes & Noble the other day during my lunch on one of my remote days. Kept seeing on Instagram a certain publisher talking about this book. And wait, okay, ready? I'm just going to show it.
Oh, that's on my list.
Ooh, that's my
surprise. That is exciting.
Kristen, I had a feeling that maybe, I don't know when you would have picked this up, but
I did not pick it up. No, but I want to read it.
Yeah, I've been, I keep seeing, I kept seeing First Second. I kept seeing it on their Instagram, and so I like dug deeper. And I mean, look at the tones. It's
also,
like,
that's chunkier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Look at it,
Mary.
It's nice.
So just a quick little blurb on it. It's a stunning debut graphic memoir that explores the intersection of mental health and the Korean American dysphoria. So that was enough for me.
Yeah.
And I mean, wait till you see the art. I almost don't want to, I don't want to show too much because I want you guys to like open it up and have the same feeling that the art is incredible too. But yeah, so I just had an itch. I rarely do that with new releases, like where I have to run off to the store, but this one just really got to me. So yeah, so this is a surprise, and also I definitely, I'm going to start this weekend, and I assume finish it this weekend.
I'll be following your journey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that
nice.
cover's beautiful too.
It really
Mhm.
is. Which part of me thought when I opened it up, it would have the similar bright colors, and I kind of like that it
Color
doesn't.
palette.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. There's the spine, if you want to see the spine. So
Nice.
I have that, and do you want me to keep going?
Yeah, but real quick, Farhan's here. We have to
Hi,
mention
Farhan.
this. A Friday morning
Hello.
here, so I'm at the office hiding from my boss watching this.
All right.
That's how much this means to me, that I'm putting my career
Aw.
and future on the line. Farhan, you're lovely. Thank you so much for that.
We hope you've enjoyed all the surprises.
It's
So many.
really, it's hard to have surprises, right?
I
When you talk to
know.
somebody so much
It
during the week,
really is.
Yeah,
it takes an effort not to like
Yeah.
share something.
Hmm.
Because like I
Yeah.
come home, I'm like, oh, Kim, look what I bought. She's like, oh, that's cool. You know, I'm like, "Ugh,
That's cool.
yeah, that's cool. Good for you.
Neat.
You little weirdo.
I mean, I hid this from both of you, and I'm very excited about it still.
That's major. That's major. I
It's a
can't
big
believe I
deal.
didn't. I can't believe I didn't guess it. Shame on me.
Mm.
Okay, so this is a big reason why I ended up signing up for Kindle Unlimited. So I'm going to read the second book,
Mm.
The Housemaid's Secret. So because I first saw the Kindle deal it was only $4.99 for the second book in this series. Oh, I say series. I don't know if there's going to be
What a
more
great
than that.
price.
Where'd it go? So I was like, wait, $4.99. There's a deal going for 99 cents for 2 months. Why don't I just sign up and see what happens? But now that I know there's like, all this other incredible manga out there.
Stitch and the Samurai, y'all. Tokyo Pop. I think it's.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give it a whirl, see what happens.
Yeah.
And like you said, with the thrillers, like I should see what's what.
They have thrillers galore. And one thing that's nice is, again, I really respect and support independent authors, but especially with Kindle Unlimited, of all the genres, it feels like the thrillers get also the big names on Kindle Unlimited. It's a mix.
Wow. Cool.
Which is very cool. So yeah, I'm excited for you to delve into that world.
And then because I couldn't help myself when we were discussing Kristen's next reads, I had this sitting on the table. So so hopefully, I don't know if I'll get to all three of these, but I at least would like to start this. If I finished it by...
What is this, a book club? I've heard of these.
Are you gonna start this week?
I would like to. I feel like I have to. It's time. It's overdue.
It's just so emotional for me.
You're like, oh, my children.
And both of you had it up here, and I was here. It was a moment. Thank you.
Wait, should we do a pic? Let's see if I could do a picture of this, Kristen. How am I going to do this? I'm not that bright. Well, look at you guys have such nice smiles on already. I love how you're playing along. Wait, I don't want to get my phone. Okay, ready? Got it.
I'm not sure how long I can do this.
I was gonna say, everybody say "dirty baby."
Which Hayden
I laughed so hard when Hayden said that.
Look, I got the dirty baby.
So good.
Wow.
Love that.
So those are my 3 I'm going to work on this week.
Wow, 3.
Yeah.
So few.
So, Kristen, how many do you have?
More than that.
You have those omnis.
I'm not gonna read those this week.
Don't be silly.
Maybe ever, but not this week. Jessica, did you go over yours? I'm sure your list is smaller.
Yes, I have. Oh, you have a long list? Okay.
You watch the show.
All right. Yeah, so more Witch Hat Atelier, which I already talked a lot about, so don't need to do that. One of the other books I did not grab at the time travel Second and Charles in Kristen City It was, I don't have I have the audio. This is not, obviously, this is just a random screenshot, but this is The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi. And this is a adult fantasy, the start of either a trilogy or a duology, I'm not sure. But what I love about this, it's pirates. I really could just stop there, but I'll just say also, it's pirates and they're all like in their 40s. It's like
I
this
love
lady
that.
who thinks she's retired pirating and then she wants to go for one more last adventure and assembles her crew together again. So I have that on audio and I'm going to start it. I couldn't read two fantasies at once, so I had to finish A Day of Fallen Night first. And then things that don't, none of these things go together. The next thing is I read a lot of theology and like history of religion. And so one of mine is A People's History of Christianity, which is about like the way Christianity evolved over time, which I think is super interesting. And I do really like this writer. I just read one called Grounded by her, where she talks about a lot of different religions and how they connect to nature. And so I'm like, I like your style. You're taking on big topics and putting tiny words that my little brain can understand. So I'm excited about that one. And then the last one is I got this in the mail a very long time ago and I was so excited about it. And then it's just been on my shelf. And that is the Milestone Compendium 2 from DC, the chunky compendiums. I had read a lot of the first one prior to reading it, which was a lot of time and money because these were super out of print. But I was so determined when I learned about it, and I really like Dwayne McDuffie. He's probably like one of my comics heroes, I would say, or heroes in general. And so I had read a lot of the content that's covered in the first one, but I've read almost none of the content that's covered in here. And so I'm really excited to dive into that. But if you don't own these trades or these chunky omnis, they are very affordable. And these are like, even though these stories are older, they age so incredibly well. They were taking such big swings at such a time, and they were so creative and so thoughtful in the world building. And I just think it's a gem that even still is getting overlooked, but I am glad it's starting to get more attention again. So I want to dive into the second compendium. So those are my two reads.
And you're making me want to buy those.
I really cannot recommend them enough.
Really?
Yeah.
Kristen, before you start, I have some additions that I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, I have to go to the lovely screenshots. Well, first off, my complaint about Goodreads was it threw in Handmaid's Secret as if I was reading it already. But I think that's my fault because I have my Kindle set up to do that.
Yeah.
So it's not really Goodreads' fault. I take it back. But I did start an audiobook on my way into the city today. And I'm really loving it so far. But I forgot to put this on Goodreads.
Oh.
So again, not Goodreads' fault. That's a user issue. So oh boy, there we go. A Psalm for the Wild Built by Becky Chambers. So there are two books, I believe. Jessica, did you read these already or read this one?
The first one. Yeah.
The first one. I'm really loving it so far.
Yeah.
But I'm not far in to say much about it yet. But it's my first Becky Chambers. Got this on Hoopla. It's about a monk who sort of changes his role, like the type of monk he is. He's going to be a tea monk, and because he wants to like get out there and see the world and be with the people and be with nature. So that's just where I am. I really am like brand new into it. So we'll see what happens. But I'm loving it so far.
Yeah, it was great. Kristen, have you seen that book before?
I think I've seen the cover because I mean I know of Becky Chambers.
Okay.
There we go.
I was going to say, because you had asked, because I think it's in your realm of possibility to start The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. Because
I would like to. Yeah.
And I said I loved that one, but the rest of the ones in the series, I was like kind of like meh on. But this one I thought was better. I mean, it's totally different, but I thought it was even better than Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. So either one is a good starting place, I think, with Becky Chambers. So that's exciting.
Awesome. Yeah.
It was pretty cool. I was talking to one of my friends at work, and he's older, like he's probably closer to his mid 60s. And he just read this book and he was like raving about it. So
Mhm.
I kind of love when that happens. When clearly it's it's an all ages sort of
Yeah.
story, but I just love when it just goes to show you like sometimes people think they make judgments about certain genres, right? And
Mhm.
I just love when that's proven wrong.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, those are my additions, Kristen.
Wonderful. So, Jessica, you've seen the show. As you know, I just pick books that I'm like, yeah, I definitely want to read those. Am I going to read them all by next show?
Okay.
No, definitely not. But here we go. This one I think I will. Maybe. This is Mutts Go Green.
Oh.
I love Mutts so much. These are specifically earth-friendly tips and
Aw.
comic strips.
Hmm.
My mom got me this. This is a newer Mutts release. This was I think a Christmas present. It came with a little book plate.
No.
Nice.
Great signature there. Also, didn't have to stick it in myself. Love that. Because like nobody's got time for that.
A lot of pressure to get it straight. Centered.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah. But
No.
just great Mutt strips. Apparently about the earth and environment, and it's cute. It's
Yeah,
cute.
I like that.
Love it. So
Cute.
need to read that. Because Jessica's here, I pulled this off my shelf,
Oh.
which I feel like I've been doing for years.
For
So
Hidden Stitch and the Samurai Omnibus.
this is something Jessica loves and knows I have not finished and have been wanting to revisit.
This sounds familiar.
What's the genre?
Strangers in Paradise.
Oh, girl. Let's go. This is the year of Terry. This is the anniversary year.
Yeah, I
Check it out.
I read like a trade forever ago and I have not. So I need to get back into it. I need to read it. Yeah. It just needs to happen. I've had these chunky floppy omnis forever.
Love them.
Let's do it. It smells nice. Ooh. Oh, it smells very nice.
I'm sorry, but you sort of just like smelled her nose because the way the cover is.
Oh.
Up close and personal.
That is weird. All right, so there's that.
All right.
We'll see if that happens. I just read the Sad Animal Facts. Sad Animal Facts Baby Talk.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
How many of these books do you have?
Just the two.
Okay.
Dirty Baby Talk. Oh, that's weird.
Oh,
That's-
no. Oh, yeah.
That doesn't.
You didn't mean that. You didn't mean it.
No, I meant the dirty
know.
baby at the wrestling.
This reminds me of that the controversy around Taylor Swift's "Sexy Baby" or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's like let's
Yeah.
just stop. Let's
Let's
stop
not.
while we're
Yeah,
ahead.
let's not. Let's not. Wow. Yeah, not what I meant at all. Okay. But I just happened to turn to the cat page. Should I talk about this one? Let's
Oh.
see.
Sure.
Cats don't recognize their grandparents. And the little baby cat saying, "Who are you and how do you know my mom?"
I know you said these books were cute, but they are bumming me out.
They're horrifying.
Yeah.
I mean,
Horrifying.
I get it, but also it's interesting.
I
I'm learning
can
things.
hear what you're saying right now.
All right, we'll put that one aside. All right. I love this series. With a dog and a
Oh,
cat,
yeah.
every day is fun.
Aw.
Volume 6 and 7, I need to read. Have not.
Cute.
Is that a
Yeah.
manga?
Yeah, it is manga. It's nonfiction.
Oh.
True story about her life with her dog and her cat, and it's wonderful. It's just so fun, and they're little like short stories.
Hmm.
It's good times. I like it. So yeah, you need to get back to those. More cat manga. Is anyone surprised? The Masterful Cat is depressed again today, volume 3 and 4.
Oh, no.
He's probably depressed because he's reading sad animal facts every
You know
day.
what?
Yeah,
You're
the
probably
first
right.
the first page is him reading the book like, oh,
Ugh.
I don't
This is-
remember
Meta.
my grandparents.
This one is so great though. Like this cat's like large and cooks her dinner and stuff. Like
Aw,
human sized. Yeah, it's good time.
All right.
nice.
Recommend those. I read the first volume of this like I think last year sometime, Maddie actually gifted me the first volume, I
Mm.
think for a birthday or something. And I got volume 2 and I haven't read it yet. And that's My Androgynous Boyfriend.
Oh,
Oh,
these manga.
I know.
I know. But also, are you interested in like what's going to happen? I am.
Probably they fall in love. I don't.
I mean,
Probably.
she
Did-
just has
'cause
an androgynous
I-
boyfriend.
Right. It didn't make the cut because I finished it just a couple days before the week started. But I read quite possibly the most straightforward manga of all time. She loves to cook and she loves to eat. And it's exactly what
And
it
you're like,
sounds like.
That's
That was the plot.
love
And there's
that.
a volume 2. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but yeah.
Maybe more of that.
I think I have a digital copy of that. I should read it.
I told Kristen I thought it was relaxing, but
Yeah.
the one girl had like no personality to be
Oh,
found
no.
other than she loves to eat. And she was like nice. She was a nice person.
Right.
But I was like, what I love food. And drawn food, animated food. I don't know what it is. And that
Yeah.
book has a lot of that. So I'll be reading volume 2 just for the food. I don't care if those girls get together. I don't care if they fall out. I just want to know if there's more food.
Love
That's
that.
where I'm at.
Nice.
Quick update. Lethal Lucha just finished Marshmallow and Jordan. It was a very sweet story, but I don't know how I feel about the accuracy, and I get it. It's hard for people to write from a perspective they don't live. Okay. Well, I hope you overall enjoyed it.
Cool.
It was a sweet story. Dungeon critters.
Oh,
They're critters in a dungeon.
okay.
Are they though? They're going on adventures. I really like the art. It looks very,
Yeah. Those
fantasy
animals
fun.
are having fun. No sadness.
They're having fun. No sad animal facts here. So
Okay.
I want to read that.
I'm gonna
Let's see what else I have here. The Abominable Charles Christopher. I need to read this for my next show with Jess, in fact. So what am I waiting for? I don't know. But the art's beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. We love
Is
that.
there no? Is this a? Oh, okay, words. I was like, is
Yeah,
this-
there are words. That was just a panel I picked. Yeah.
Okay. Hmm.
Nice.
Looks great. All right. There's other things. There's one more. There's other things I brought out, but I need to limit myself. So just one more, and that's of course Donald Duck visits Japan.
Oh,
Because-
Tokyo
yeah.
Pop, baby.
After the Tokyo Pop hype, I gotta get back on it.
What if there's a crossover?
How fun would it be?
I would love that. It did get me thinking because you showed that. Was that on one of your Saturday when you were on with someone on Saturday? Your dad, maybe?
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is an avenue of manga I could also be into.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm gonna
Yeah.
read it.
It
It
looks
does look
fun.
incredibly cute. Yeah, here they are at like
Oh,
a spring or something.
can
Yeah.
we stay inside?
Yeah, you can. Oh. I don't know what they're doing here. Here we
I
go.
don't
That one
know.
looks fun.
Ah.
yeah, Stitch could be there. He could be
I agree.
cannonballing into their relaxing pool.
Oh, that'd be cute.
Oh, there's like tons of ads in the back for other Disney manga. Here's Stitch.
And the
Oh.
Samurai.
Love it.
Oh wait, Kristen, the other one was the other Stitch series that's like
Okay.
manga. This
They're
one
both
on
here.
the-
Yeah. This one.
yeah, and that one's on Kindle Unlimited too, so I will be reading that. I did download that. I forgot to mention that in my to read. That's a before bed. I don't really think about it.
Maybe all the Disney manga is on Kindle Unlimited.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Have we checked?
Kristen, are you
know.
gonna get Kindle Unlimited now?
Where's that 99-cent deal, Mary?
I'll find it. I didn't like go digging for it. It
It
was
just pops
okay.
up.
yeah. Just
Okay.
look at one like ebook and it'll pop up for you because
Okay. I'll do that.
yeah.
Love that.
Oh.
That's my stack, you guys.
Wow.
I did it.
I hope we didn't rush you because I could tell you have more there. If you want to share more, please do.
I shouldn't share more. Is
Okay.
the thing.
All right. All right.
You know, I'm not going to read all of the ones I shared already.
But
so-
the ones you don't share are the ones that you will read. We'll be like, where
Do you
does
think?
Yes.
I'll be Friday morning drinking my coffee, watching the replay. Like that came out of nowhere. That is a twist.
You know what? Do you want me to show you
Coffee.
what else is over here? Is that what you need?
Just like a
Okay.
little preview, just like a
Yeah.
Insider
Awesome.
art, a compendium of comics, crafts, and cats.
crap.
Okay.
Wait, what is this?
It's different artists and stuff with different little
Oh.
stories, and there's a lot of cats involved apparently.
Oh, love the,
Was it made
like,
for me?
library plate.
Probably.
And crap.
Red-Handed: The Fine Art of Strange Crimes by Matt Kint. This is one I also have to read for my upcoming show with Jess. So
Wait, I
That's
need to
crimes.
Google that. Okay.
more cat comics that I haven't read.
And this one's called Cats.
Cats, Perfect Strangers, and Cats, Girlfriends and Cat Friends.
Oh.
What's it mean?
What
I don't know,
else?
but the art looks pretty cute. I like it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
And I had one set of manga. This is it. Rainbow and Black.
Oh, I've seen you show this a couple times, and it always sounds interesting to me.
Yeah, and it looks really cute. These cute little creature involved. I've heard good things. But yeah, that's it. That's what I have. There it is. There's
Alright.
everything I grabbed. There.
I have a
Love.
suggestion, if I may.
Yeah. You're like, don't have so many.
No. Always have them, because then I write ones down. Like I Googled Red-Handed, the fine art, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna read that.
Yeah.
No, here's my suggestion. Now that I've seen your cat crime novel collection in person,
Right.
I think the thumbnail of the episode should just be like, I didn't read this one in the corner, and just a different one of them every time. Either that or a segment, like when you get to the very end and it's like, in the cat crime novel, I won't be reading this.
Actually, that's hilarious, and I want to do it.
Because I was like, nothing could have prepared me. That was the true twist of my life. I knew in my head, I was like, she's got 15 to 20 of these books, tops. Like, no. Readers, watchers, viewers, it's like a whole, I don't know if you might own them all. I don't know.
I don't. Isn't that shocking?
It's
There's
wild
more
to
out
me.
there.
And Jessica, when she accidentally buys like a duplicate copy, I get the rejects.
Wait, do you have any of the Rita Mae Brown ones?
Do you have the Rita Mae Brown ones, Chris?
I feel like I may have sent you one or two, maybe.
Okay. I'm gonna read one of those this year. I decided when I saw it in person, I was like, I have to. I have to know the range. Slumber
Jessica?
Party Massacre, Ruby Fruit Jungle, and this cat mystery.
Jessica, maybe you're gonna make
Right.
me actually read those. Like, we could read them together, buddy read.
Yes, pick which one sounds the wildest. I'll see if I
Okay.
can find a copy somewhere in the wild.
Oh, and they're like
Wow.
dirt cheap. I may have another one even. The thing is, I've gotten better about that. Like, I keep a whole list in my phone
good.
of the ones I
Wow.
have. But at the time I was getting them, they've changed covers. like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so it got confusing. So I had to start a list.
They
Also,
changed
because I have
that.
so many. The thing is, I found them for like 20 cents places. So
Yeah, no,
like,
I'm
well, I
not
can't,
judging. I think it's cool. I was like, wow, there are I never,
it's wild. Yeah.
you should have a Patreon, but make it like an obscene amount, and they get one of those in the mail. It's like $30 a month, but you get this cat.
I mean, honestly, I could do it for a while.
You could. Wow. Yeah.
Oh man.
All right. That's on my bucket list for 2023.
I'm looking forward to that.
All right.
All right. Well, I think we did it. Do
We
you have
did
any
it.
parting thoughts, anyone?
Is anybody curious about the new Barnes and Noble membership? Anybody hear about how the
No.
membership's being? No.
I didn't hear it was different. Yeah. I know they're like opening more stores for the first time in a long
like
time.
like
It's pretty cool.
like 30 new stores, I think, in the States. But basically, I'll make this quick. So I was in there this week, and I didn't think the changes took place yet. So they're basically doubling the annual cost. It's now $39.99, but you get all this other stuff. So basically, you're getting you get 10% off everything in the store, 10% off on the website, free shipping on the website with no minimum purchase, which I think that's really smart. You get a tote bag every year
Oh,
at $19.99 val. I'm cheating. I'm looking at the little card they gave me.
she had it memorized.
You're like, do you work at Barnes and Noble? You get a free. This is huge because, Kristen, how many times do I tell you, like, oh, we're going to Barnes and Noble? Like
Like a lot, yeah.
the way people go to like a bar, we'll go
Mhm.
to Barnes and Noble just to like hang out, get a coffee, get a tea, and maybe buy a
Yeah.
book or two. So you get a free upgrade in the cafe for every beverage you purchase. And apparently you get a little birthday gift on your birthday.
Oh,
Cute.
And what else? Oh, and they started this thing. They do like a punch card. And it shows you don't have to like carry around your little card. For every $10 you spend, you get a little stamp. And then you get, hang on, 10 stamps equals $5, a $5 reward. So it goes on the bottom of
cool.
your receipt. I just wanted to
Wow.
show that in case anybody hears it and was like, what is this?
Yeah.
So like, obviously it's not going to be for everybody. $40 a year is kind of a lot when it used to be, I think 24, 25.
Hmm.
It's a big hike, but you do get like knowing that I get a tote bag and the extra upgrade at the cafe. Like to
You're
me,
like, that's
You
it.
had me at tote bag. $19.99 value.
right. And we go there so much. So basically my current membership, I
Yeah.
think it ends in like August. So because I'm a legacy member, they told me I don't have to pay the new price until my current one expires.
Wow.
Oh, that is nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Legacy.
So legacy. So I just wanted to mention it in case anybody was curious about it because I keep seeing it pop up in my feeds. So I just wanted to mention it.
Well, that's just okay. So that's like $3 a month, which actually isn't bad because with 10%, if you just got like 15 books or 10 books from them throughout the course of the year, that
Yeah.
alone would pretty much pay for it. So
Yeah. Which I
Yeah, that's
definitely
great.
do. Yeah.
yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And a tote bag.
The
So.
tote bag. And
Can't
they do
forget
it.
that.
They do have nice tote bags. I have to say.
Lethal.
Lethal, what's
Friends.
Second and Charles? Second and Charles is by
Ah.
the same people who do BAM, Books a Million, except it's better.
Nothing could prepare
much
you,
better.
Lethal. I walked in. First off, Maddie was correct. And she has been there and should have prepared because she was like, next time we'll plan XYZ, like more time in there. And I was like, you helped plan this. You could have said, let's leave earlier in the morning so we can spend more time. And I would have done that.
Of course.
But let's talk about the added complication. You walk in, it's huge. It's a mix of new and used, both. So it's like a half price books, but like on crack cocaine. It's like
Wow.
really wild. They also have games and merch, like cute, like nerdy, booky merch. But this is what really happened, Mary. When I was like, I couldn't breathe. They were like, also, you buy the sale that was going on when we were there were you buy 2 used books and you can get 2 used books for the same for free.
Come on. How many books did you leave there with?
Hey, actually, not many. I was so overwhelmed. I got the book I showed, which was new, so
Okay.
new it wasn't even out yet. Anyways, and then I picked out 2 books, and then I could not find 2 used books because I think Maddie was ready to go. Maddie was
Oh
like
no.
on to go, and I was like, I don't know. But we found 2 that Kristen wanted, and so I was like,
Oh, that's
Kristen,
awesome.
you can have these books.
Yeah,
And one of them
Jessica
was
was lovely.
Delilah. So
Yeah, I didn't have a Delilah copy anymore, but then now I have one.
that's
So
that one.
love that
Oh.
because
was
you know I'm
nice,
gonna read
nice.
it again.
But like, I'm serious. Anywhere Lethal, I'm planning trips around this now. Like, I'm not joking. I could like
I'm
live
with you.
inside of that store. It was so. I can't oversell it. Like, I just can't express.
Wow.
Yeah, I love how my dad's saying he misses BAM. You have a Second and Charles near you now, though. Like it's better than BAM. It just is.
We have a BAM, but it's in a mall. And you know,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So I stop there like when I get my hair cut because it's in that direction, but it's a bit of a hike. So I feel the need if I'm passing it, I have to stop. I have a little tradition. I go have lunch in the food court, go to the bookstore, and I come home.
Love
I
that.
was I was wondering when I moved down here if you guys ever had a Books a Million. So it sounds like they were here. It's just they went extinct at the same time that like I came down here. They were like, "You're coming, we're
Out of
done."
here.
And I was like, "Fair enough." Fair
Yeah,
enough.
we had one until Second and Charles opened,
Okay.
and then which makes sense because they're the same company. So they were probably
Yeah.
like, "Well, you don't need both," which is true.
Okay.
And then there's a BAM in Louisville, and there's one in Nashville. So
Yeah.
like they're still around.
Okay.
They're just probably not as prominent.
Okay. Yeah, because like that, and what was the other one that was in like every mall growing up?
Borders.
Borders. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they have Borders down here too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
miss
it's
Borders.
all gone. Okay.
I miss it too.
Wow.
I mean, you can get a book on Lucille Ball at Second and Charles for $1.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool.
Nice.
The manga section was truly insane. I've never
Really?
Oh,
seen
yeah.
anything like that in my life before. I was like, whoa,
Yeah, it's a lot.
so much manga.
So Jessica, just plan a trip around Second and Charles. Come back here. We are your closest one. So
Oh yeah, I mean, we're not gonna see you, but like, here's what we could have done. This is what Maddie was like. She was like, we could have just come on a Friday. Like, I'm like, okay, why didn't we do this? Why didn't you tell me? You know me. You knew I was gonna walk in there and just not be able to function. My whole brain malfunctioned. So yes, I think we just need to build in more time around that. But yeah, it was amazing. I just can't preach its praises more. I don't know.
what did you expect? Did you just not expect it to be like so fast?
I expected
Essentially.
it, and no shade to my local half price books. We have 2 of them. They're great. My friend Paul works at one of them. Wonderful establishments. I always find little gems. But it's probably, I told Kristen when we were walking out, I was like, I think this is both of our half price books plus another one combined in
Okay.
size. Plus the mixture of new and used. There were way more games that were new there. One thing half price books has going for it, it has used games, and I do play a lot of board games, so it's kind of nice. But and like, yeah, the comics and like the manga and the comics and graphic novel sections are just truly unparalleled as far as their used selection. I have
Wow.
never been in a store that has had so much. That includes comic book stores. We went to that one in your town, that comic book store. They
Mhm.
had less comics and graphic novels than
It's true.
Second and Charles did used.
Wow.
Or new. I would say actually the whole inventory. I mean,
I
it's
would say or new,
really
yeah, for sure.
wild.
Are the new and used mixed together?
Yeah.
Yes. That is the biggest downside is
I-
like you don't
was-
know what's used until you pull it out and see if there's a
Okay.
sticker on the back. And it is annoying. So I wish they do something on the spine.
Oh, I see what you mean.
But the
But they do.
stickers, folks, another selling point. They come off so smooth. The 2 used
That's
books I got didn't use a scuff. That's a crime against humanity. And they should be investigated. Locking her in the room and putting that
Great prize.
I mean, it's a great cover too, but oh my god. It's like they don't know who's buying their product, right?
it is bookish pet peeve. One of my top ones has to be when something that should be a sticker is not a sticker like that, or when something gets made into a movie. It's fine, put a sticker on it and say now major motion picture. I get you got to advertise,
Right.
but making it a permanent part of the book, it's not
Yeah.
currently now a motion picture, because 1 year later,
It's
where
not.
will it live?
Yeah,
Somewhere
exactly.
HBO Max will have taken it off. We won't know where it exists.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So true.
It is on par with changing the cover to be the movie or TV show cover. That's unnecessary. That's
Yeah.
unnecessary in my humble opinion. So
Mine too. I hate those covers.
don't love it. Don't love it.
Kristen, is Reed texting you? Dinner
Yeah,
is
sorry.
ready.
He's like, it's bin time. I'm like, okay.
Oh, he's hangry.
Sorry, I didn't know. All right. Well, thank you, Jessica, for being our special
Thank you
guest.
for
Yes,
having me. So
That
wonderful.
was so much fun.
You're welcome anytime.
Yes,
appreciate it.
please. I'm like,
Well-
yeah, it's not my channel, but please.
It's your show, though. You're part of
Yeah.
this.
But if you ever want to do a video on top ASMR wallpaper backgrounds, I'm
Hey,
your girl.
love this.
And listen, now we can
Yeah.
do lives on my channel thanks
I mean,
to this
I'm
lovely
ready.
chat. You know?
Do it.
It's where the Rita Mae Brown Cat Mystery Book Club will.
Well, you mentioned Ruby Fruit Jungle. God, I haven't read
classic.
that. Yeah, I have read that in so long. And I think it was last year I bought like the mass market paperback that I remember reading for the first time. Like I wanted to
The
find
white
that
one with the
Yes.
cartoon. Yeah.
Yeah, like I
Iconic.
wanted to find that copy, you know.
We'll have to have a whole conversation about Slumber Party Massacre. Also written by Rita Mae Brown. Range. Anyways, it was wonderful. It was really nice to meet you virtually, Mary.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, big time fan and
Aw,
feel honored.
Same here. Same
Yeah.
here.
One day we'll all hang out in real life. It'll be wonderful.
We're going to Second and Charles if we do.
I mean,
Just saying.
let's
And
go.
then
Let's
it's
go.
a whole day.
That's all we're doing. We can plan like meals. Like wherever we go, we could have breakfast. We'll go to the store, get lunch, and go back.
I support this.
Yes.
I mean, Jessica, you heard that, Heroes Con is the thing we're doing.
Yeah, can you
There's
go
a
to-
Second and Charles there.
Yeah.
I know it's a possibility. Now that my Ireland trip has been postponed to late
Okay.
summer, fall, it actually is a real possibility because that will. I need to use
Wow.
that vacation time.
Yeah. And we can rope
Ours,
Mary
right?
into some board
Mhm.
games. It'll be great.
I'm agreeable with board games. Like I won't give you a hard time. You just have to
Wingspan.
teach- you
I'm
just have
bringing
to teach me how to play, and I'll sit there and play nice.
You'll play
You
the
can
bird
hear
game.
about
It's
my
good.
fear of birds.
Oh, my wife has a huge fear of birds.
Good. She's good people.
Like, bad. Bad.
Yeah. Well, we won't get into it. I could talk all night about it, so I won't do that. But yeah, games sound great. Can't wait.
Cool.
It all sounds good.
All right,
Awesome.
we'll see you at HeroesCon.
So
And thank you to the chat and everybody. Let us know what you're reading, and if you're also sad about sad animal facts.
I mean, we all were
Yeah.
blissfully unaware
Bummed out, I'm
until
sorry.
tonight.
Ah.
All right. Have a good night.